Hi, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays and all that. I'm Brainerror and today we are playing Kaori After Story. Now, this game I played on the last stream that I did just before Christmas. And unfortunately, you can feel it coming. My PC died and the autosave that was supposedly be put in place did not autosave. Fuck all. So I asked, do you want me to play this in its entirety for the YouTube channel? And y'all were quite up for that, so it's going to be a ride. I will tell you, just the voice acting alone will be a ride, an experience. But I seem to have developed this tradition to play very strange visual novels around Christmas time, so... And for me, as a Dutch person, today is second Christmas day. So for me, Christmas is not over yet. So just deal with it. This will be the last Christmas related thing. But I am still in Christmas mode. And so are you now. So yeah. I have no idea what this sequel is. Apparently it's a sequel of another visual story called Ace. No idea. I just saw this, I thought it's Christmas related, it's a visual novel, let's do this again. And yeah, let's get into it. Right, so my name was... Butt Fart. I can't remember what my last name was. Ah! Oh, was it Hobble Chops or something like that? Gobble Chump? I don't know. There you go. The bus is busy with the bustle of the holidays. Families sit close together, wearing thick jackets and knitted hats. Some people have shopping bags or wrapped presents huddled in their arms. I let out a loud yawn, my head lolling onto my shoulder. First it was a flight, then a train, and a bus, and now another bus. All of this travel is wearing me out. I remember this conversation with my family before I left. All of us had been gathered in the kitchen discussing our plans for the holidays. Are you ready for this? A familiar memory plays in my mind.
Oh, I'm so excited for Christmas. I just want to swim in the ocean.
Aunt Yuki sighs dreamily.
Do you think we'll see dolphins? Maybe even swim with them? Oh my gosh, that would be so amazing!
Swim with the dolphins in winter? What are you guys talking about? Uncle
We're
Kaito
discussing where we
grins.
should go for Christmas. Yuki suggested someplace warm, like Hawaii.
Sounds just beachy. Guess that means we're going to seize the day. Uncle Kaito and Aunt Yuki laugh. Nikki groans, but there's a smile on her
That
face.
was a particularly bad one, bro.
Bro! Well, someone is salty. As fun as that sounds though, I might not be able to join you all. Kaori asked me to spend Christmas with her family.
To go, right?
Yeah. Nikki gasps and bounces slightly in excitement. She scoots closer to me.
Family? That's a big step.
She's right, you know. You have to go.
You have to go. I let out a relief breath. I was hoping you guys would say that. You sure won't be upset if I don't join you for Christmas this year? Aunt Yuki shakes her head.
We can manage without you. And if we can't, well, I hear there are a lot of cocktails on the beach.
Plus, you and me.
He gives her an affectionate squeeze. Aunt Yuki looks up at Uncle Kaito with a wide smile. She leans her head against his shoulder. I wouldn't be drinking cocktails if I thought that just having you was satisfactory, honey.
Yeah, you're now uninvited on this trip. But, so what's the plan? Do you know what you're gonna say? Like, does she have any siblings? Hopefully she has a cool little sister, because obviously everyone needs one.
Nikki, slow down.
Uncle Kaito puts a hand on Nikki's shoulder. She pauses and takes a
Sorry,
deep
you're
breath.
right. I'm just so excited. I mean, I remember when he was still fumbling over his words every time a girl even looked at him.
That's definitely not true. Nikki shrugs,
If
grinning.
you say so.
So, do you know what her family is like?
Not really. Kaori mentioned she has sisters. Nikki's about to speak out, but I continue. Older sisters, but that's it.
Did you get Kaori something nice?
Kaori. Oh, we aren't doing that this year. All three of them stare blankly at me. Then Nikki laughs.
Sorry, I thought I heard you say you weren't buying your girlfriend a Christmas present.
Everyone knows that's never true if someone says we're not doing Christmas presents this year or any presents. Don't fall for that one, everybody knows that. That's right. Nikki's drilling stare makes my confidence waver. Kaori and I discussed it, and we both agreed no
Make
presents.
sure to write that on your tombstone.
Nikki bursts out
Too
laughing.
accurate.
Uncle Kaito, help me out
Long
here.
enough to know not to argue with women.
Oh please, grow a backbone. Aunt Yuki takes pity on me.
That's enough teasing. For now. Where does her family live?
Well, they live far out in the countryside, I think. Uncle Kaito
Ah,
chuckles.
yes. The freezing, terrible, snowy country.
What's your problem? Nikki giggles.
I bet you're gonna pretend it's cold so you can cuddle up for warmth.
A classic tactic, complete with hand-holding and a possible, you are coming to my coat with me.
Is that what you tried, Uncle Kaito?
He
A
grins.
gentleman never tells.
The three of them burst into laughter, the sound fading into my memory. I blink my eyes open as the bus finally rumbles to a
here.
stop. Whoa. Hi! Fiery red hair focuses into my vision. Kaori glances over at me, then smiles when she notices I'm awake. Her eyes are bright with excitement, and even though it's been a long trip, she looks radiant. Waking up to her face is always a pleasure, and I can't help but think about how lucky and happy I am to be with her. These last couple of months together as a couple have been a dream come true. Kaori cocks her head.
Wrong?
Shake my head and smile. No, let's go. She nods, smiling back. We gather our belongings and hop off of the bus. Then we flag down a taxi. I look over at Kaori. She gazes out of the window, watching the trees fly by. The taxi takes us through the countryside. The sun is starting to dip low behind the mountains. Purple cotton candy clouds hang over the snowy plains and frozen forests. I wonder what kind of house Kaori grew up in. Would her parents like me? My stomach flutters with nerves. We finally drive up a long path, taking us up a massive hill. A decent-sized Japanese-style house sits on the top. I pay the driver and exit the car, hauling our suitcases to the door. Kaori digs into her purse for the house key, but as soon as she finds it, the door swings open. An older woman with wavy strawberry blonde hair stands in the doorway. She wears a sunny grin. She throws her arms around her so hard Kaori
I've
coughs.
missed you so much.
She squeals, squeezing her harder. Her arms must be a vice because Kaori can't seem to squirm out of her
It's so
grasp.
good to see you.
Kaori's voice comes out pinched and tight.
Mom! Can't breathe!
Oh,
She pulls away and smiles,
sorry,
sheepish.
dear. I'm just so thrilled to see you.
As she takes a step back, her gaze lands on me. She blinks, noticing me for the first time.
What's this?
Her eyes suddenly light up.
Boy?
That's not exactly the reaction I expected. Did Kaori not tell her about me? Hello. I'm Butt Farts. She lets out a loud
Kaori
squeal.
finally has a boyfriend.
Kaori's face turns
Mom!
pink,
Calm down!
but her mother bounces
Oh
in place.
My goodness. I dreamed of this moment, but I never thought I'd see the day.
It's nice to meet you. I chuckle and extend my hand. It's nice to meet you too. She shakes it with a little too much enthusiasm, pumping my arm up and down wildly.
Look at what a gentleman he is.
I hear another voice
Did
from the
someone
doorway.
say boyfriend?
Two beautiful girls stand in the doorway on either side of their mother. They have the same paprika-colored hair as Kaori, but theirs is longer and not a curl looks out of place. They look identical, except for the different outfits. The one on the right stares at me blankly. She cocks her head to the side.
Oh, this is a welcome surprise.
Meanwhile, the other one turns to Kaori. I watch as a slow, devilish grin spreads across her
Kaori,
face.
You didn't mention anything about a boy.
Because it's not a big deal.
The other twin is still looking at me in silent wonder. She walks around and then pokes me gently on the
I
arm.
can't believe it. He's actually real.
Yep.
Of
Kaori
course
frowns.
he's real. You two are being ridiculous.
What are you talking about? We're just excited for you.
The girl turns to me and smiles.
By the way, I'm Ayame.
Hello. She
And
gestures
this
to
is
her
my
twin.
sister Naomi.
Naomi
Sorry about
giggles.
all of this. Kaori's never mentioned a boy before, let alone brought one home.
A boy?
An older man, who I presume to be Kaori's dad, appears in the open doorway.
Hello, young man. Where did you come from? Are you lost?
This family is so weird. His voice is so sincere that I'm almost not sure what to say. No. I came here with Kaori. He
Oh?
blinks. Her mother beams and digs an elbow into his side, signaling him to
Sweetie,
stop.
This is Kaori's boyfriend.
Her dad looks at me
What?
shocked.
Really?
Kaori seems to be struggling to keep her composure. Her face is cherry red. Her expression is a cross between embarrassed and annoyed.
Like I said, it's not a big deal. Just let us inside already.
Her mother
Yes, of
gasps.
course. What was I thinking? Come in, come in.
She moves aside and gestures for us to enter. So, you know, have this whole discussion out in the freezing snow. The others break apart to give us room and follow Kaori inside. They turn to preparing the house while Kaori's mother leads us through. Pretty house. It's a traditional Japanese style house, but the decor helps it feel cozy and modern. Everything is precise and neat. There's a Christmas tree off to the side, but there aren't any decorations on it yet. You have a very nice home. Her
Thank
mother
you.
beams. Where should
Oh,
I
you can
unpack?
stay in Kaori's room.
What? My face burns hot. Did I hear that right? Are you sure about that? Her mother
Of course,
nods.
sweetie. Make yourself at home.
Sweetie. Kaori stiffens.
What? Why are we sharing a room when we have a guest room?
Her mother smiles serenely.
Well, dear, you didn't tell us you were bringing a guest.
So,
That's true.
why does that mean he can't sleep in there?
Oh, but sweetie, we just have so much stuff in there right now.
Kaori arches an eyebrow.
Kind of stuff.
A nervous laugh puffs out of her mother. She waves
just
a
bunch of
hand.
junk. The room is basically a storage room right now and really messy. You don't want to bring him in there. It's so embarrassing.
Kaori's eyes narrow as she looks at her mother with suspicion. That's alright. I can sleep on the couch. Hey, I can sleep on the couch. It's really no big deal. Her mother gasps. Her eyes widen and she shakes her head.
No, sweetie. The couch is so
Sweetie.
uncomfortable.
What are you talking about? The couch is fine.
See?
Oh, well, we got a new couch and it's as hard as a brick. You know, I regret my purchase. Oh, I should have never bought it online.
Why do I get the feeling that she's avoiding Kaori's question? Kaori's mother pushes us
Happy
towards the
unpacking,
hallway.
you two. Dinner will be ready soon.
Alright. Firmly dismissed, Kaori leads the way down the hall towards her room. I wonder what it would be like. Sleek and modern? A bunch of mecha stuff everywhere? Anime posters maybe? A moment later she opens the door. It's so cute! The walls are pastel pink. There's a large bed with a plush blanket, pink sheets and matching pillows. A white dresser sits off to the side. Her curtains are flowy and frilly. A pile of stuffed animals sit propped up on her bed. If I didn't know any better, I'd guess this was a little girl's room. I didn't expect Kaori's space to be so girly. Why? I like it. It's really cute. It's not my colors, but I really like the layout of it. I'd have it as a bedroom. So pink is your favorite color? A half smile lifts my face. Kaori, you didn't tell me pink was your favorite color.
What?
I gestured to the room.
I haven't been here in a while, okay?
I resist the urge to smirk. Weren't you just here last year? Kaori freezes. Her face burns red as I laugh. Kaori wheels her suitcase over to her dresser. She unzips it and starts unpacking her belongings, stuffing her clothes into her drawers. Where should I start unpacking my stuff? Kaori nods to the closet.
It's fairly empty in there since I don't stay here much anymore. Feel free to hang up some of your stuff.
Okay, thanks. I haul my suitcase to the other side of the room and start hanging on my clothes. I have a few jackets, some shirts, snow pants. It never hurts to be prepared, right? I'm in the middle of fishing out an extra pair of snow boots
are
when...
you done yet?
Wait, what? I turn around and Kaori zips up her suitcase and stuffs it under her bed. What? You're finished already? She raises an eyebrow.
Aren't you?
She glances over my shoulder and
How did you
balks.
shove all that in there?
I packed just enough. I shrug. I packed what I needed.
So you needed everything?
Yes. Kaori glances at the clothes and I already hung up in her closet, and then at the massive pile of clothes still in my suitcase. She groans and face palms. Suddenly Kaori's mom calls for us. Her voice is faint
Dinner
from the
is
kitchen.
ready.
Perfect timing. I follow Kaori into the kitchen. Our plates and drinks are already set out on the table with the rest of the family waiting for us. It looks like her mom made some kind of chicken and rice dish. As I start to dig in, I glance at Kaori's sisters again. There's something about Ayami and Naomi. I feel like I've seen them somewhere before. So, what do you guys do? Are you done with college? They nod.
Yeah, we've been done with school for a while. We model and design fashion.
That sounds awesome. It's probably why they seem familiar. I must have recognized them from a magazine or an ad. They share identical smirks.
Thank you. Why don't you tell us about yourself? What do you like to do for fun?
Well, chill with my friends and play video games.
I'm pretty chill. I like to play video games and hang out with my friends.
Kaori plays video games now.
Not the games he's talking about.
Then, what kind of games?
A blush creeps up Kaori's
Don't
neck.
worry about it.
Naomi
I see.
nods. Naomi
So,
smirks.
What are your intentions with our little sister anyway?
Well, Kaori glares at her.
What? It's a good question.
Her mother's practically bouncing in her seat.
It's a great question.
You two?
We're just taking it slow. I shrug. We just like each other. We're taking it one day at a time. Kaori's mother sighs dreamily.
To be young and in love again.
Her parents share a glance, smiling at each other. Eventually the conversation dies down and we finish dinner. By the time I'm done, I'm feeling stuffed and happy. I bring my plate over to the sink where Kaori's mom is already doing the dishes. Do you need some help?
Sweetie, it's been a long day. I'm sure you're exhausted.
And you're not after cooking all day? I nod. Well, thank you very much. Dinner was great.
Thank
She
you,
beams.
sweetie. I'm glad you liked it.
I smile and start to
You two
run
have
away.
a fun night now.
Run away, turn away. A fun night? Does she mean... No, she couldn't possibly mean what it sounds like. I shake the thought of it out of my head and return to Kaori's room. I turn the doorknob and walk straight in. Also, why is that little penguin really sad looking? I just noticed. See Kaori digging around in her drawer for something to change into. She freezes, blinking up at me. Sorry, I just need to grab something to change into real quick. I grab my pajamas from my closet and rush for the bathroom. That was close. After I finish changing, I make my way back into the hall and knock on Kaori's door. I'm not sure. I'm not making that mistake again. Hey, is it okay for me to come in?
1 second.
I hear some shuffling before she
Okay.
speaks.
Come in.
When I walk in, the bedroom is bathed in dark blue shadows. Kaori's dressed in some comfy looking pajamas. Her hair is down and a little disheveled. She glances at me and then the bed. A flush flares up into my face. I stand awkwardly by the door. Kaori lies down and rolls over so I can't see her face.
What are you waiting for?
I grin as I settle down beside her. Kaori's bed is surprisingly soft. It's cuddle time! I scoot closer to Kaori and wrap my arm around her. I feel her warmth as she gently snuggles against me. My arm snakes around her stomach, pulling her close. She rests her arm on top of mine, entwining her fingers with me. Soon her breathing deepens, and I can tell she's asleep. Her presence calms me. Somehow her body seems to fit perfectly against mine, and in this moment everything just feels right. Comforted by the thought, I slowly drift to sleep. The sun is bright and blinding, searing through Kaori's windows. I groan, blinking rapidly, and check the time on my cell phone. My fingers brush it, and it slips from my grasp, plopping loudly onto the floor. I groan through my teeth. Really? Guess this means I should get up anyway. Reluctantly, I tiptoe out of bed, careful not to wake Kaori. I remember from our physical education class that mornings are not her favorite. Still half asleep, I open the nearest drawer and search for some clothes. I pull out a blouse and a skirt. Wait a minute. Glancing down, I noticed that I'd accidentally opened one of Kaori's drawers. Shoot. Better close this before she notices. I carefully fold the clothes and put them back in the drawer, when something colorful underneath the blouses catches my eye. Gently peeling back the clothes, I discover that something colorful is wrapping paper. Anxiety curls in my gut. No way. Horror washes over me. We promised each other no gifts. What am I going to do? I need to get Kaori something for Christmas, but what? Kaori snuffles in her sleep. I freeze. Don't wake up. Don't wake up. She sighs and rolls over, facing the other way. I have to get out of here now. Doing my best to move as quickly and silently as possible, I throw on some clothes, then I tiptoe out of the room and shut the door softly behind me. When I make it downstairs, I find one of Kaori's sisters in the kitchen. She spots me and perks up. Hey! Ohio! Okay, time to think of a plan. Grabbing my phone, I start searching for a nearby mall. It looks like there's one not too far from here, but I don't have my bike. Maybe I could call a taxi.
Do you need to do some shopping?
Shopping?
Whoa! I flinch, almost dropping my phone. Naomi blinks and then giggles. Has she been leaning over my shoulder the whole time? Yeah. I need to grab some last minute
I'm
things.
going to the mall soon if you want to join me.
That would be great. I let out a deep sigh of relief. Oh, really? That would be
No
awesome.
problem. So, last minute shopping for you too? Did you forget to buy something for someone important?
Anxiety twists in my stomach all over again. She must have noticed the worried look on my face because she laughs.
No, you didn't, did you?
We promised each other no gifts. Naomi lifts a perfectly shaped
You
eyebrow.
realize that's not a real thing, right?
Damn it, Nikki. Why did she always have to be right? Naomi
Don't
giggles.
worry, I won't say anything to Kaori.
I let out a breath of relief. Thanks.
Let's
She
get
nods.
going.
She grabs a set of car keys and throws her purse over her shoulder. I slip my shoes and coat on and follow her out of the door. When we arrive at the mall, I realize I've made a terrible mistake. The place is crawling with people. I don't see anyone, but you know. Christmas decorations light up the shops. There's a huge line of kids cutting through the center of the mall, waiting in line to see someone dressed up as Santa. Apparently, we weren't the only ones who needed to get some last-minute shopping in.
I'll see you later then. You
What?
don't expect me to shop for your gift right in front of you, do you?
That's a very good point. She must have noticed the gears turning in my head because she laughs
Don't
again.
worry. When I get back, I'll make sure your gift for Kaori is good.
I nod. Thanks. She waves and turns away. Now what? I glance around at the myriad of stores. Their storefronts light up with string lights and bold posters advertise all of their sales, luring in customers. It's all a bit overwhelming, and I feel myself unconsciously dig out my phone. Could use some advice from someone who already has a girlfriend. After dialing the number, the phone only rings a few times before I hear his voice on the other end.
What's up?
Shoo! I need your help!
Whoa, what's wrong?
Kaori and I agreed not to get each other presents for Christmas, but when I woke up this morning, I saw that she'd already gotten me something. Shoo
Oh, man.
laughs.
Classic no gift, but you actually got a gift. You've been bamboozled.
What? That's a
Of course.
classic?
Everyone knows that when a girl says no presents, she actually means yes presents, but in secret.
Uh-huh. Everyone seems to know except me. Uh-huh. So, what should I get her? I need
Good thing you called
ideas.
me. Whenever I struggle with thinking of gift ideas, I always go with this tried and true present. Everyone loves it without fail.
Okay, this sounds promising. And what is it? He pauses, taking a deep
Dongo.
breath. My temple throbs with annoyance. No.
Wrong.
Shoo!
Wrong.
Don't you finish that thought! A lengthy pause. Finally, I hear Shu take a deep breath. Yeah, I'm hanging up now. Shu cracks up on the
Sorry,
other line.
Rosen, but it's always about the dongos.
I sigh, defeated. I should have known better than to ask Shu. Really? Then, what do you get
I
Mayu?
got her a necklace.
Why didn't you start with that?
Dongos.
Why did I call you
Okay,
again?
Okay, well, if dongos aren't what you're looking for, which is insane, I might add, then maybe you should get her
They are
jewelry or
delicious.
clothes or something.
That's actually not a
I
bad
know,
idea.
I'm full of those. No problem,
Thanks, Shu.
Rosa. Let me know how it goes.
I will. After we hang up, I feel newly rejuvenated. There's problems here, right? Because I think, for me personally, jewelry is very personal, so I don't think it's a good thing to buy when you've only been together, what they say, a couple of months. And I also just realized that coffee shop's called Bean Coffee. Yeah, so there's a very high chance that you'll not get her anything in the style that she likes, but hopefully the sister will help with that. And clothes are always a bad idea when you don't know someone, because if you don't know their size, don't buy clothes, because you will offend one way or another. And again, you have to know their style too. So I don't think those are good choices, but I think I saw a sign for a jewelry store when I came in here. I look around and then noticed a sign with a giant picture of a diamond on it. I weave my way through the crowd. When I get to the store, I notice there are a few other guys in there too, probably for the same reason I'm here. On one wall there are glittering necklaces, and on the other I see some nice looking rings behind a glass case. I wander around the store, taking it all in. The sparkles distract me, and I feel completely lost among them. Behind the rings, I see a case of watches. It couldn't hurt to take a look there, right? I began to make my way over, but as soon as I crossed through the ring section, a young saleswoman approaches me. She has long black hair and a gentle smile. She gestures to the glass
Hello,
case.
sir. Are you looking to get engaged?
It's a little too early for that. What? Marriage? My heart rate kicks up. Oh no! No, not yet. I feel blush heat my cheeks. My hands wave about in panic. I mean, I am too young to get married right now. Not that I would be opposed to getting married to her, but someday. The girl laughs.
Sir. You don't have to explain yourself.
I let out a sigh of relief. That gave me more anxiety than it should have. The salesgirl smiles and nods.
Sir. Perhaps I can interest you in a selection of our promissory rings then.
I blink. A promissory ring? What's that? Her smile broadens, clearly pleased by my
They're
interest.
very common among young couples. If marriage is a bit too soon or the timing isn't quite right, a promissory ring is a great alternative. It's a way for couples to make a promise to each other. What that promise may be is very personal and varies among relationships. But at the core of it, a promissory ring is, well, a promise of devotion.
See, if this salesperson was talking to me in real life, I'd be walking away. It's a little bit
Over
creepy.
here we have.
As she begins to lead me away, a man's voice calls out from the back of the store. The store owner motions her to come
Be
over.
right there.
Looking slightly annoyed, she politely excuses herself and turns away. That sounded interesting, but it's not exactly what I want to get for Kaori for Christmas. I continue looking around when I spot Naomi coming my way.
Did you buy something yet?
You're back already? That was fast. She
I already
winks.
knew the perfect gift.
Putting a hand on her hip,
That's
she
just a
looks
good place
around.
to start. What were you thinking of getting my little sister?
Huh. See, I only get shitty options. Flowers and chocolate? No. If I'd have to go with anything... A watch is very cold. I don't like getting watches as presents. A dress, again. No. Because also kind of like, you know, the thing is that if you get them like clothes, then they feel pressure to wear it as well. Or if you get them like a dress, then you have to look nicer for the other person. It can have like loads of underlying meanings. So I think a bracelet is a little bit... A lot of people don't wear bracelets. Earrings she has to have. Pierce the ears. So I think a necklace is probably the safest bet out of all of these. And yes, I'm overthinking this, but that's what I do with all my presents. Maybe a necklace.
Let's take a look.
Good. A dango necklace. A delicate necklace. I lead her over to a necklace on display. It's sparkling silver with a little gear charm hanging at the end. That's cute. What do you think? Naomi smiles. Her eyes have gone warm and
She
soft.
would totally love that.
Good. Really?
Yeah.
She nods.
It's elegant, but still plays to her interest.
I grin. Perfect. The saleswoman wraps the present up for me
Have a
after
nice
it's paid
day.
for. Thanks.
Ready to go?
Okay, cool. Yeah. Yeah, let's head back. Oh, we make our way back into the parking lot. The drive home is pretty smooth. Naomi tells me a bit more about what she does for a living on the way back. It's cool to learn more about her. Hi! Yeah, I was out with your sister. It's not what you think. By the time we're back, Kaori's standing in the living room. She cocks her head and crosses her arms. Her eyes snap to the shopping bag in my hand. My stomach drops. I can't tell her I had to go out to buy her something. I have to get out of this somehow. Well... Kaori flinches in surprise. Naomi spreads her arm wide and throws them around her sister, squeezing her tightly.
Sister, I've missed you so much. What?
Her face turns a slight shade of pink.
Me.
She struggles, but Naomi latches onto her even tighter and
You're
giggles.
just the cutest.
Riri!
I thought we agreed never to use that name again.
Oh, but it's so cute. Oh man, the embarrassing nicknames have started to appear. I hold back from grinning. Kaori struggles and fights even harder, but Naomi whirls around so Kaori's back is facing me. She winks, motioning for me to go hide the gift. I make a quick dash for Kaori's bedroom and hide the present in my suitcase. Then I run back out to the living room. When I return, Naomi's still holding Kaori as tight as a vice.
Let go of me.
Naomi smiles playfully, rubbing her cheek against Kaori, like a snuggly
Nope, I'll
kitten.
never, ever, ever.
She glances up at me from over the top of
On
Kaori's
second
head.
thought, okay.
Aha! And abruptly releases her. Kaori yelps and trips. She catches herself at the last minute, whirling to face the twin.
What the heck was that?
Naomi
I
laughs
was
and
just
shrugs.
so overwhelmed with love and affection.
Kaori huffs, brushing herself off. Naomi
How could you
pouts.
be so cold to your loving older sister?
That's not it at all.
Ah! Naomi pretends to sniffle. Luckily, Kaori's mom floats into the room, smiling
Lunch
brightly.
is ready.
Wow. Naomi instantly
Ooh,
brightens
I'm
up.
starving.
Me too. Kaori glares at her suspiciously. Together we head into the kitchen. Ayami and Kaori's father joins us for a delicious meal. Oh, that sounded like really strange then for a second. Oh. I was like confused. Ayami and Naomi continue to tease Kaori. They seem to enjoy sparking a rise out of her. Her mother is more focused on getting to know me, talking a million miles a minute. Kaori's father's more quiet, but he smiles and chimes in once in a while. After lunch, her father disappears into the garage. A few minutes later, he comes back holding a giant crate. Kaori's mom
Thank you for getting
beams.
that, dear.
He grins back, a little pink in the face. What's
These are the
that
rest
for?
Of the decorations. We're about to set them up.
Yes.
Wow.
It just wouldn't be Christmas without the decorations.
Kaori nods and stands up.
Start? Oh no, not you two.
She giggles and
You
waves
two
her
can
hands.
Go and spend some time together.
Yeah,
twins
we
nod.
can handle this.
It's so weird. It's like they just want us to fuck constantly.
Oh, we don't mind helping.
No, just let them help. And also the voice actor does Kaori really reminds me of the voice actress who did Toph in The Last Airbender.
Sure.
The rest of the family protests.
No! No!
Whoa. Her father looks at the rest of the family in surprise and chuckles. Before we can even begin to insist, Kaori's mom and sisters have started shoving us
Don't
out
be
of the
cute.
kitchen.
What? Hey!
The twins grab our coats and hats as they
Just
usher
have
us
a
out.
sweet and romantic time.
Why do you guys have to act so weird all the time?
Yeah, exactly. It's weird. Before we can stop them, they've successfully handed us our coats and shoved us out of the front door. I grab Kaori's arm to keep her from slipping over on a patch of ice
a
in the
minute.
stoop. But
Have
her
a
mother
lovely time, you
grins.
two.
She winks and then slams the door.
Hey!
Kaori jiggles the handle, but it
Locked us
doesn't budge.
out!
She shivers, huddling closer to me, then lets out a loud
Well,
sigh.
now what do we do?
I look at the piles of snow around us, and I have an idea. We should make a snowman. Kaori looks thoughtfully at the snow,
I
then
haven't done
nods.
that since I was a kid. It could be fun. How about
Same.
we practice making one on our own first?
Alright, sounds like a plan to me. Oh god, we kneel in the snow next to each other, and I get started. What kind of snowman should I make? A lewd snowman or a snow woman? A creative abstract masterpiece. See, I would make a creative and abstract one. But maybe I should make a normal one. Would that impress her more? Yeah. I don't want a lewd one. That's just not right. You do that when you know each other for a while. But that also reminds me of a guy at the zoo when I was still working there. He was one of the maintenance guys. And he was pissed off with the marketing department who had made a big snowman outside of their office when it was really cold one winter. And he was pissed off at them because there was a lot of work to be done. And they basically took out half a day to make a snowman instead of doing the work that was needed to be done. And he came back the following morning and put a giant dick on it, and I thought that was so funny. He got in so much trouble, but I took his picture next to it. I still have it somewhere. It's so... I love that. I love that so much. He gave 0 shits. A normal or creative. I'm gonna go for creative. I'm going to go where the art takes me, letting myself feel the essence of the snowman. I begin to shape the body. It's smaller than the average snowman, but that's okay. We love all shapes and sizes. Once I've built the base, I shave off the sides of its round head with my palms, giving it more of a square shape. Beautiful. After a few minutes, Kaori stands
All
up.
done.
She smiles and looks over to me. Her
What
face
is
pinches.
that?
Aww. I puff out my chest with pride. My beautiful masterpiece. Kaori cocks her head to one side, as if she's trying to see it from a different angle.
Get it?
It's a snowman, of
How?
course. I scoff. Clearly you don't understand fine
I
art.
need to see some fine art first before I could try to understand it.
There's just no reasoning with some people. Okay, let's see yours. Kaori steps aside, revealing her snowman. Looks pretty standard, but a little more lopsided than average, with weird uneven
you
lumps. It looks great. Her snowman looks a little off somehow, but I know whatever my hunch is, it wasn't Kaori's intention. I smile brighter. Looks awesome.
Thanks.
She grins back. We should make one together, with both of our talents combined. It'll look awesome.
Good idea.
Why are they so quick with snowmen? It always took me like an hour at least. We spent time rolling up giant snowballs and placing them on top of each other. Kaori and I can't agree on the type of snowman we should make, so we decided to make every variation. The sun begins to dip low in the sky as we play in the snow. I roll a little snowball and sneakily chuck it at her. It hits her coat with a splat. Kaori retaliates by throwing a huge one at me. I duck, just barely managing to avoid it. Her laughter rings in the air as we have a snowball battle. After a short break, we get back on track and finish up our collaborated snowman. It's almost as tall as us. We find some sticks to use for arms and use some rocks for the eyes and smile. To finish it off, Kaori places her hat on his head and wraps my scarf around his neck. Kaori grins and plants her hands on her hips. I share her grin. Yeah, it is. Suddenly we hear the click of the front door. Kaori's mom stands in the doorway
Hey, you
beaming
two.
at us.
Dinner is ready.
Wow, it's all you do is cook, woman. Like, she doesn't rest. She spots our snowman and her eyes
It's
light up.
magnificent. You two make such a great team.
Her grin spreads across my face. I cross my arms, blooming with pride. Her grin, a grin. Thank you. She clasps her hands together, her eyes
You two
glittering.
are already creating such beautiful things together.
Oh, we don't want children. Her eyes
If your
sparkle with
snowman is
wonder.
as handsome, just imagine.
Corey's face. Corey's face flushes.
Oh,
That seems to snap her out of her daydream. Her mother lets out a
don't
slight
mind
laugh.
me. Oh, why don't you two come in from the cold?
We go inside, stomping the snow off our boots. We take off our jackets, instantly warmed by the nice and cozy house. A delicious aroma wafts from the kitchen. I follow Kaori to the dinner table, where her family is already seated in front of the modest spread of food. There's a salad, miso soup, rice and fish. A familiar, simple Japanese meal. It really does feel comfortable here, like home. We sit down at the table and begin eating. The twins and their mother are talking about fashion, and Kaori chimes in every now and then, Kaori chimes in every now and then with her thoughts. Their father listens quietly, but I can tell it's not a topic he's very interested in. I thought, is it not Christmas yet? Is Christmas tomorrow? Because I heard that traditional Christmas meal in Japan is KFC, right? I hadn't realized how hungry I was, but I ate everything on the plate. I guess making those snowmen was more work than I thought. Corey's
Looks
dad
like you worked
chuckles.
up quite an appetite out there. Please, feel free to help yourself if you'd like more.
Thanks! I take him up on his offer and help myself to more food. We were making snowmen.
And
He
how do
grins.
Kairi's look?
I hesitate and he
That
laughs.
sounds about right. Kaori's talented in many ways, but she always struggled in art.
Really? He
When she
nods.
was in preschool, she drew me a picture of an elephant, and I thought she made a hand turkey. She was really upset when I couldn't guess what it was. Of course,
Aw.
I'm sure she's improved a lot since then.
Yeah. I'm reminded of her snowman and grin to myself. That might be debatable. What else did she make you? Her father shares more stories about Kaori's childhood. He seems really excited to be able to talk about his daughter. I can tell that he cares for her a lot. Once we finish up dinner, we take a moment to relax and digest. Kaori glances at her sister, pouring herself a glass of something.
What's that?
Naomi grins,
My
sipping the
company
drink.
gifted this to me. You should try it. It's good.
Kaori glances at the label of the bottle, but it's all written in a foreign language. It looks Danish or Dutch. Yeah, very similar.
Seriously, it's good. Try it.
Ayami drinks from her own glass and nods.
Okay.
She pours a glass and drinks down the liquid in one gulp. Naomi's eyes glitter mischievously. Ayami smiles, but looks
Be
a little
careful,
worried.
Kaori. Don't overdo it.
Kaori lets out a breath and
It's
seems
not
surprised.
that bad.
Ah! She suddenly bounces with a high-pitched little hiccup. Everyone bursts out
You
laughing.
can handle it?
Kaori nods confidently, picking up her glass again. Whatever that is, it must be strong. Take a whiff of the bottle and feel the sting in my nose. Definitely strong. As Kaori starts drinking again, her mother pours herself a glass. And Ayami
about
turns to
you?
me.
Do you want to try it?
No, I'm alright. I should not get drunk on my first day with the family. I'm good, but thanks anyway. Ayami nods. Kaori
Your
squints at me.
Face is so blonde.
I raise an eyebrow. What?
You're
She giggles.
so blonde.
I'm getting a serious case of deja vu. Suddenly she pulls me into a hug.
God! My blonde man has returned.
I hadn't gone anywhere. I feel soft fingers running through my hair. Kaori sighs happily.
Still so soft and fluffy.
Ugh, drunk people. Okay, maybe it's time. She squeals, nuzzling her cheek against mine before rubbing her face in my hair like a cat.
So soft.
I feel like I should protest, but I kind of like this. I decide to let the girl enjoy the soft and fluffies. Kaori's mom glances over and unsuccessfully tries to keep her excitement at bay.
These two lovebirds spend some time together.
Everybody wants us to fuck, why? The girls nod in agreement, and her father glances at us, amusement in his eyes. Are they all gonna think about us fucking? Because I think that's weird. The twins pull their parents out of their chairs and steer them towards the living room. Kaori takes another drink and then looks at me. You need to stop drinking, girl. What? She shakes her
Nothing.
head. But she continues to look at me. Do I have something on my face? Is there shit on my face? She giggles and shakes her head again. She looks at me again, then smiles, as if she's reached a decision about something. She nods, determined, and drinks again. Stop drinking! I'm not sure what's going on. She sits back in her chair,
Is
fanning
it
herself.
getting hot in here?
No, you're drunk. You're horrible. She starts tugging at her
All
collar.
of this needs to come off.
Haha, Kaori, you're drunk. I laugh. Oh, Kaori, you're so drunk. As her hands reach for her shirt, though, I stop her. Maybe we don't want to do that.
Why can't I?
Fox's smirk slides across her face.
Oh, is this getting you all hot and bothered?
And no, I would like you to have some dignity. Ew. What? My face burns. No, I mean, not that you aren't very, I'm just... She giggles as I struggle to find the words. Suddenly, I'm the one feeling really warm. Kaori wobbles up from her chair and sits next to me. She rests her head on my shoulder and vines her arms around my neck. Oh, hello
Hi.
there. She giggles and looks up at me. My breath catches in my throat as I gaze at her lips, so soft and sweet, teasing me. I yearn for a taste. Her face inches closer to me until she's a breath away. It stinks of alcohol. As I'm about to close the gap, she pulls back. What? I blink, stunned and confused, and left hanging. Kaori giggles again, watches my expression.
Valerie told me to do that.
Wow, Valerie's an asshole. No wonder. This teasing seemed very out of character for Kaori. 2 Valeries is one too many. Just be yourself. You don't need to ask Valerie for advice. I like you just the way you are. She squeezes me in a hug before pulling away. Kaori's smile starts to fall as she lets out a loud yawn. Getting sleepy? She frowns.
I am wide awake.
Ha! I raise an eyebrow. Really? You're
Yes.
awake? Wide
Yup.
awake? Then, do you care to explain why your head is on my shoulder? Kaori, who had been leaning on me, suddenly jerks back. She blinks rapidly before pinning her stare on me, squinting.
Why are there like 2 of you?
Oh, such a turn off! I smile and stand up, holding my arm around her waist. Let's go to bed. She lets out another loud yawn. Oh, thank God we're not gonna do it drunk, because I'd be really pissed off. As we head back to our room, we hear the others turn the TV off. They must be getting ready to go to bed soon too. As soon as Kaori hits the mattress, she rolls over and cuddles a pillow. I plop down beside her, rubbing my eyes. With a full and warm belly, I have no trouble falling into a deep sleep. Oh, Lord, thank you. I'm awake bright and early in the morning. It's Christmas! Ah, now it's Christmas, okay. Kaori's still asleep, but I decide to get ready for the day. By the time I finished up my morning routine, I'd gotten dressed and she's still asleep. Last night must have tucked her out. Her red hair fans around her like a halo. She's curled to one side, her face buried in the pillow. She looks so delicate and peaceful. I almost don't want to wake her. But if I don't, she might miss the presents. Wake her up gently. Psst, Kaori. I shake her gently. It's time to wake up. She groans and rolls over, blinking through the bright sunlight.
What?
It's Christmas. It's time to get up. She blinks, trying to wake up, and then gives me a small smile as she slowly untangles herself from the blankets. After Kaori gets ready, we pad out into the living room. The rest of her family is already here and gathers around the tree. There is no tree. They could have at least drawn the fucking decorations they put up. It's a bit weird. The 2 twins are on the couch next to their dad, dividing up their gifts. I'm still unable to tell them apart when they're together. Kaori's mom grins as soon as she sees us, throwing her arms
Merry
around the 2 of us.
You too.
I hope you fucked last night. Kaori smiles and pats
Merry
her on
Christmas.
the shoulder. Merry Christmas. Her mom pulls away
Come,
beaming.
Sit by the tree so that all the fun can start.
I follow Kaori and sit on the carpet. Her dad
Kaori.
smiles at us.
Why don't you start? I think my present for you is over there somewhere. We'll open presents from youngest to oldest this year.
Okay. The excitement
Okay,
lights up her
sure.
eyes. Is it a condom, Dad? Oh no, they want kids, so maybe not. She sifts through the mountain of presents until she finds a little box with her name on it. Ripping open the first layer of wrapping paper, she finds a small box inside, loaded with tissue paper. She unravels it carefully before a small gear falls into her palm. She lets out a small gasp.
Dad, is this?
I take a closer look. No way, that's your gear! She clasps the mini aura close to her heart, clearly
Did
touched.
you make this?
Do you like
He
it?
nods.
I tried to make it as accurate as possible.
Kaori stands up. She crosses over to the couch and throws her arms
love
around
it.
him.
Thank you so much.
Oh, she's wearing a necklace, so she's a necklace girl. I just realized that no earrings. He beams and
I'm
returns a
glad.
hug. She pulls away and then crosses her back over to me, holding the little gear like a precious treasure. She places it carefully beside her on the carpet. One of the twins smiles brightly.
My turn.
She throws Kaori a small box with a bright red bow.
Oh,
Kaori perks
sure.
up. I can hear a bit of excitement behind her voice, but I can tell she's trying to keep it low key. She unties the bow and opens the box, and her eyes
Ayame.
widen.
What? Don't you like it?
Kaori jingles a pair of fluffy pink
is
handcuffs. Ayami merely smiles.
Obviously. I meant, why would you give this to me?
There to keep you safe.
Corey's
Safe
face
from
flares.
What?
Ayami lifts her shoulders in a dainty
I
shrug.
don't know. Burglars?
She glances sideways
Bad
at me.
Boys? Maybe.
Kaori chokes while Naomi cracks up next to her on the couch. Her father frowns a little. Kaori sighs, throwing the handcuffs back into
This
the
is a
box.
ridiculous gift. I hope you know that.
Yeah, I bet we're gonna use it later, right? Naomi nods in agreement.
Ayame. That's a ridiculous gift. Kaori, open mine. It's much better.
She hands Kaori a pale blue box with
Here,
a pink
Kaori.
bow.
This is
Thank you, Naomi.
Kaori rips apart the blue and pink wrapping paper before shimmying open a small box, which she immediately slams shut. She glares at her sister. Naomi cocks her head, feigning
What?
innocence.
Don't what me?
Kaori digs into the box, brandishing a bright pink roll
What the
of
heck
tape.
is this?
it's
Naomi
tape,
giggles.
silly, for all your home improvement needs.
What kind of home improvement tape is called pleasure tape?
Wow, they want their... So, first they want... like, everybody wants Kaori to fuck, right? And then they want her to be kinky fuck, too. So, what the fuck is wrong with this fucking family? Naomi smirks.
It gives you the pleasure of fixing up your house.
Kaori flushes
Naomi!
crimson. Naomi
Why
looks
is she
at her
getting
twin.
So riled up?
Ayami
Beats
shrugs.
me.
You guys!
Kaori's mother waves her hand
How very
absentmindedly.
thoughtful.
Mom!
Her dad sighs.
Girls, we have a guest this year, so let's all behave ourselves.
You're just a wet blanket.
That's right.
You are.
Listen to your father.
The twins quiet down, still looking smug, while Kaori's mum perks up, bouncing a little on the couch. Can't she stop bouncing? This is
Now
strange.
it's my turn.
Oops, sorry. Still looking disgruntled, Kaori fishes out another present from the pile. She opens it up, tossing aside bright gold wrapping paper. As soon as she sees the gift, she squeaks, horrified.
Oh, you sound excited.
You too?
Kaori holds up a silken lacy
you like
blindfold. What is wrong with this family?
I can't believe you'd give me something like this. You're my mother!
Well, there's nothing wrong with gifting your daughter a sleep mask, is there?
Kaori
This is
sighs.
not a sleep mask.
Of course it is. So you can be sure to have a restless night.
Corey's gaze goes
Don't
flat.
you mean restful?
That's what I said.
Aha! Corey's father stares at the blindfold for a long moment and wishes that his wife actually gave him something like that. Then lets out a sigh and shrugs. Ayame and Naomi seems to be having trouble holding in their giggles while their father sits back. Man, her family is really different than most. Her family is unusually close to each other. I can't imagine Uncle Kaito giving me any of those things. And I definitely don't want to imagine anyone else in my family gifting me anything like that. Interesting taste in gifts. Corey's dad sighs again.
Surprise!
Naomi grins.
We have a gift for you too.
Yeah, what is it? A giant strap-on? I match her grin and feign surprise. Oh, me? She nods. Oh, no thanks, I don't need
Silly.
one.
We insist.
She stuffs a small present into my hands. Oh god. I open it up to reveal a silver watch. It's beautifully crafted. There's a built-in compass inside, along with the date. Whoa, is this a gearling watch? What's with all the gears? Did I miss something because this is a sequel? They're in the original watches that the first gear pilots wore, and have been sought after ever since. All of the professionals want gearlings, as they are both stylish and functional, and quite expensive. This is too much. This is amazing, but it's way too much. I can't accept
don't
this.
Be silly. It's from all of us.
I feel
I'm
the
glad
air
you like it.
thickening.
But remember,
You gotta fuck my daughter first. His expression turns into a
if you
serious
break up
frown.
with my daughter,
My whole body goes cold. What? His stare hardens and I gulp. Then he breaks into a smile, the mirth returning to
nothing
his
at all,
eyes.
young man.
What is wrong with this family? I let out the breath I had been holding. That was scary. I look around, but it doesn't seem like anyone else heard that. Did I just imagine him saying that? Kaori tugs on my sleeve, snapping me out of my thoughts. I can tell she's trying to seem casual. There's an air of nervousness around her. Her eyes are hopeful, even though she's avoiding my stare.
Just wondering, you didn't get me anything, did you? Not like I care since we decided not to.
Well, of course. My mouth lifts into a smile. Of course I did. You're my girlfriend. She grins. Uh-huh. She realizes her outburst a second later, snapping her mouth shut. She squirms and looks away, trying to appear casual.
Mean, that's a nice surprise. You didn't have to.
I know, but I wanted to. I walk around the back of the Christmas tree where I had hid Kaori's present. As soon as I find it, I hand it to her with a grin. Merry Christmas! Her smile broadens as she takes the present. She unravels the bow on top and then rips apart the wrapping paper. Her Kaori's eyes light up.
This is beautiful!
Yay! She holds up the jewelry. It sparkles against the Christmas lights. She beams, throwing her arms around me.
Much.
My face spreads into a genuine grin. Do you really like it? She plants a quick kiss on my cheek. My face turns warm with a bright, happy blush. Score! Kaori's mom inhales sharply.
Sweet. Don't you think so?
She shakes her husband's arm and he nods. Kaori takes a moment to recompose, then shoots me a shy smile. Alright. I try to act genuinely surprised. Oh? Really? She pulls out a present hidden underneath the tree. I open it up, revealing a really nice leather jacket. It's black with orange and white stripes, just like my bike back home. The cut is sleek, and even though it's leather, it feels light and sturdy. This is definitely a custom make. Kaori went all out this year. Oh, wow!
I know
Kaori
you really
grins.
like your bike, so I wanted to get you a jacket.
Oh, this is so thoughtful. I slip into the jacket and zip it up. It fits just right. A bright grin spreads across my face. Seriously, how did I end up with such an amazing woman? This has to be the most thoughtful gift anyone's ever gotten me. She blushes as I throw my arms around her, squeezing her tightly, catching a whiff of her floral shampoo. Thank you, I love it. When we pull away, Kaori's smile is bright and genuine. I can tell she's proud of herself.
I'm glad you like it.
We finish opening up the rest of the gifts. The twins receive an assortment of fashionable clothes and jewelry. Naomi also got a new sewing kit, and Ayami received some pens and a sketchbook so she could draw out her designs. The girls had all chipped in to buy their parents an all-expensive paid vacation getaway, which they were thrilled to accept. When we thought the present exchange was over, the twins and their mom surprised Kaori with even more gifts. Ayami gave her a charm bracelet she designed herself, while Naomi gifted her a new set of work clothes from her latest line of athleisure wear. Kaori's mom gave her a new yoga mat, so they did give her like proper presents. Afterwards, we all sat at the table and enjoyed a delicious breakfast. I still had the jacket on me at breakfast. I could tell it made Kaori happy to see me wearing it, so I kept it on. Ayami eyed it, then seemed to remember something.
I remember when you had a little leather jacket, Kaori. The pink one with the stars and the teddy bears on it.
Ah! Kaori looks mortified.
Don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, what are you talking about?
So cute. I'm sure we still have a picture of it.
Kaori
Mom?
shakes her head.
No,
I'm sure of it. Oh, where did I put that album?
that's really not necessary. We don't have to.
Yeah, we do. Her mother holds up a photo, which was buried on her stack of
Here
books
it
and
is.
magazines.
Oh, sweetie, come here. Let me show you just how cute our little girl was.
She gestures for me to come over. Kaori's eyes widen.
No, put that away.
Oh,
Her mother
calm
giggles.
down, Kaori. Look how cute you were.
I am always against people doing this to their kids because it's not fair. If they don't want you to show them, like, especially if it's a new partner, anything that they find embarrassing, then don't force it, you know? It's so abusive almost. I don't like it. Kaori makes a move to grab the photo album, but her mother dances around her. She beams and hands it over to me. I flip it open, revealing several pictures of Kaori when she was younger. A particular picture catches my eye. Kaori had to be around 5 years old. She was in a bright pink tutu and her hair was brushed back into a bun. Wait a minute, you danced ballet? Kaori's cheek dusted with a blush, and she puts her hands on her hips.
What of it?
You were a ballerina?
Yes, and she was great at it.
If you call accidentally high-kicking the other kids great.
That sounds more like the
She was
Kaori
only
I know.
4. She grew out of that, I think.
Kaori glowers at her sister, but Ayami merely smiles back. I flip to the next page. A young Kaori with high pigtails and a frilly princess dress hosts a tea party, with a stuffed teddy bear and unicorn in attendance. In the next picture, she hugs a porcelain doll with bouncy curls and glass eyes. Finally, I find a picture of a rock star Kaori. She wears her signature high ponytail and shows off her pink jacket with stars and teddy bears. Well, this explains all the pink. I laugh. This explains your girly room. Kaori turns pink.
It was a long time ago.
We go through the album a little while longer, reminiscing over old times. It's still crazy for me to imagine Kaori being so girly in the past. I can only imagine her as a gear pilot now. After checking out Kaori's photos, her mom shows me albums of the twins and all 3 of the sisters together. Even when they were young, I could tell that the twins liked to tease their little sister. I recognize Kaori's pout in all of those photos. That's so sad though. But there were even more photos of the 3 girls smiling and having fun. Good. I can really tell how much her family loves each other and it warms my heart. Afterwards, we help clean up. Then we take a nap to recharge. We did get up very early to open presents. When we wake up, Kaori's dad greets us.
What are you two going to do for the evening?
Fuck, apparently. I mean, I don't know.
Oh,
I'm not sure.
If you guys want to get out of here for a while, you can borrow my car. The park is open on Christmas since they have some winter activities going on. That might be fun.
Okay.
Right, Kaori?
Kaori lights up.
That's a good idea.
Sounds good to me.
We're going to do that. Come on.
We put on our jackets and hats, then we make our way to the car. The park is decked out with strings of lights circling the trees. There's a small stall selling hot chocolate, tea and warm treats. But what really catches my eye is the massive skating rink set up in the center of the park. Is this what Naomi meant when she said winter activities? Kaori leads us straight towards it. Ice skating, cool. The ice skating rink isn't too crowded. There are a few families there with their kids, and some couples around our age. Loud Christmas music blares into the background, with red and green lights flashing across the ice. I watch as a few kids zip around the rink in easy circles. Maybe now would be a good time to tell her I don't know how to ice skate. Before I have a chance to tell her, she's already at the booth renting skates. As we slip on our shoes, I decide to do it. So, I have a confession to make. She glances curiously at me. I don't know how to ice skate.
You don't?
She blinks. I shake my head. To my surprise, she grins.
Well, I guess that just means I'll have to teach you.
In response, she steps into the ice and takes off with a whoosh, then zips across the rink in an easy glide. Her hands are clasped neatly behind her the whole time, even when she's getting ready to break. She hisses to a stop right in front of me with a burst of ice shavings. Okay, she's pretty good. I figured it out. Obviously, you were an ice skating prodigy, and that's why I had to learn ballet. Gears on Ice, starring Kaori Itami.
Ridiculous.
But she giggles and holds out her hands.
Are you ready?
Yeah. I nod and take a hold. Then she helps me glide into the ice. My foot slips and my heart leaps into my chest, but Kaori grips
Don't
me
worry,
steady.
I've got you.
My legs wobble like a newborn calf, but with Kaori's gentle directions, I start to move across the ice. Kaori quickly spins around so that she faces me,
Just
skating
follow me.
backwards.
Try not to rely on the rail.
Okay. Let's give this a shot. A small frown wrinkles between my brows. My legs are tight as I try to keep steady on the ice. Am I doing it right?
You're
She
doing
nods.
fine.
I try to follow her, moving toward the slough, but I end up wobbling over a small bump in the ice. My heart drops into my stomach, but I quickly catch myself and straighten.
Good
Kaori
job.
grins.
Now just keep going.
She extends her hands, reaching for them, but she starts skating backwards again. Her eyes are bright, teasing. A slight smile curves my mouth. Every time I get just a little bit close, she skates further away. Soon, it's a game. I can do it! Grab her hands! My eyes narrow, in on my target. I lunge forward, clasping my hands with hers. She blushes,
You
but
did
grins. Yes! Do
Your
I get a reward?
is the satisfaction of not failing.
I pout. Kaori giggles, then gives me a peck on the cheek. That's more like it. Aw, cute. Slowly my feet wobble less and my glides grow longer. God, I want to say slonger. I don't even know what that is. I think I'm starting to get the hang of this. This is so bad. I slip my hand out of Kaori's as I dare to skate on my own. Things are going well until my skate nicks the ice and I lose my balance. Whoa! Kaori pulls me back before I faceplant. As I stabilize myself, I'm ready for her to let go, but she doesn't. Her face is buried in my back as her arms hold me in a tight hug. A smile spreads on my face. I could get used to this. You know, I think I like ice skating a lot more now. Aww. What was that? No, I think I heard something. She huffs.
Don't be stupid.
I laugh, and she slowly softens back into a smile. We circle the rink a few more times before we're both in need of a break. Kaori holds my hand and leads me over to the bleachers. I sigh as soon as I sit down, stretching out my legs. This is more exhausting than I thought it would be. I'm really glad we had a moment to ourselves. It's been fun getting to know our family. Your family even. But I missed having you all by myself. She seems unfazed.
Don't worry. We'll have a lot more time alone.
Excuse? You have something planned?
It was going to be a surprise, but it's fine.
She sounds
I
really
booked us
happy.
A little getaway at a popular winter village nearby. It's got skiing, ice sculptures, a winter market. I went once when I was really little and I loved it.
Wow. Suddenly she seems
I
bashful.
hope you will too.
Uh-huh. If you're happy, then I'm happy. As long as I can see you smile, I'll be happy, no matter where we are. I gently caress her face and lean in for a kiss. She meets my lips in a tender embrace.
We should probably go back and pack up our things. We leave tomorrow.
Whoa, that's quick. Wait, pack? Are you going to be staying
Yep,
overnight?
A couple of nights, in fact.
Ooh, well, at least we're not fucking in your parents' house, I guess. All of this is pretty sudden, but I'm pumped to spend more time with Kaori. A few days to ourselves would be
Do you want to skate
awesome.
around the rink one more time?
I guess. I can already feel the tightness in my legs. I don't want to think about how they'll feel tomorrow. Kaori notices my face and
Maybe
laughs.
we should just head back.
That sounds like a great idea. We navigate our way back to where we rented our skates and change back into our shoes. Together we drive back to our house. By the time we're home, dinner is ready. I can smell the spices before I even reach the
welcome home.
kitchen.
You're just in time.
Corey's mom smiles and nods
We're
towards
having
the
dinner
living
by
room.
the TV. So go help yourselves to a plate and come join us.
Why? The TV? She
It's
nods.
tradition for us to watch some holiday movies on Christmas. Come join us whenever you're ready.
But with dinner? Great, thanks. My mouth waters at the tantalizing aromas wafting from the kitchen. But it's not KFC though. I follow Kaori and each of us grab a plate. We gather our food and then make our way to join the family in the living room. Kaori sits down and I sit next to her. Kaori looks at Ayami, who smiles and looks at me.
Since you're our guest.
All these gears. Gear alone, the gear who stole Christmas. A wonderful gear, Rudolph the Red-Nosed gear. Island of Misfit Gears. A Christmas gear. A gear cracker. Oh god. I think I will go Gear Alone. Gear Alone is a
When
classic.
a family goes on a holiday and leaves their son alone with a gear, he uses it to cause shenanigans and stop burglars from entering their home. Sounds like a solid choice.
Kaori seems lukewarm about the choice, but agrees to watch it. We all settle down as the movie starts. After watching one, we're all still feeling festive and decide to watch another. Okay, good. We watch movies late into the night until my eyelids are heavy. All the excitement from today has gotten me beat. I catch Kaori yawning too, and we all decide it's time for bed. Shutting off the TV, we go our separate ways to our rooms and get ready for bed. Once I'm in my pajamas, I snuggle next to Kaori in bed. She feels warm and delicate in my arms. I feel her snuggle closer to me in her sleep, and I easily drift off into a peaceful slumber. The morning sun is shining through the window. The morning sun shining through the window wakes me up. Instinctively, I roll over and feel an empty space beside me. Blinking my eyes open, I see the absence of Kaori. She must already be up. What time is it? I check the time and it's before 8 AM. Kaori's not a morning person. I wonder where she could be. I wonder... Oh my god, I can't fucking read. It doesn't seem like sleep will return to me anytime soon, so I decide to get up as well. I roll out of bed and get ready for the day. Once I've freshened up, I decide to look for Kaori. I go downstairs and check the living room and kitchen, but I don't see her there. I'm about to return upstairs when I hear a faint noise in the room down the hall. Maybe that's her? Carefully, I inch closer. Whoa, it sounds like she's enjoying herself in there. The door's partly open and I'm very tempted to take a look. Sneak a peek? Gently, I creep the door open and I'm welcomed by the most magnificent sight. Oh, she's doing yoga. Kaori's back faces me and she is bent forward on her hands and knees. Her head raises high as she arches her back, her spine curving delicately. She wears skin-tight yoga pants, which emphasizes the plush shape of her behind. I could get used to this view. A floorboard creaks as I try to get a closer look. I freeze, but Kaori doesn't notice. She's wearing headphones, which block out the noises. Her back curves upwards in a stretch, and she lets out another moan. I get the feeling I really shouldn't be watching this, and I definitely shouldn't be watching her in secret. Alright, leave before she notices. I am positive that if she knew I was watching, she would kill me, and I'm not ready to die. I better get out of here before she notices. Sneaking out of her room, I fix the door so it opens the same amount as before I entered. Then I tiptoe back out to the hallway. There's no point in just standing around. I might as well get breakfast. I head to the kitchen, which is blissfully empty. I make myself a simple breakfast and sit down to eat. Not too soon after, Kaori emerges. She has a towel around her neck, the sweat glistening off her body. I know what she was up to, but she doesn't know that I know. I should ask her how her morning is, so she's not suspicious.
Morning.
Hey! I didn't catch you this morning. Kaori pours herself some OJ.
I woke up a bit early today to do some yoga.
Cool. She grabs some food from the kitchen and takes a seat beside me. We chat comfortably as we eat, with her stinking like sweat. Once we're finished, she heads off to the shower. I decide to return to the bedroom. After the shower, she meets me there. After we enter the room, Kaori puts on a change of clothes into the bed.
If you want to reach the lodge at a normal hour. It might take a little bit to check in and get settled.
Sure. We quickly pack up some clothes and necessities and then head out. We are ready to head for the door, so we make sure to say a quick goodbye to her family first. Naomi drives us to the bus station, and we arrive only a few minutes before the next bus does. The journey there is uneventful. The countryside flies by in white and green blur. Kaori's head drops to my shoulder as she falls asleep. I smile as I look at her peaceful face, making sure not to disturb her. She wakes up when we arrive, and after a short taxi ride, we reach the hotel within the lodge grounds. Check-in is a breeze, and it isn't long before we're unpacking in our room.
We made it!
Nice. Aha! Yep. The room is modest and clean. A large king bed with crisp white sheets center the room. The bathroom has a sparkling clean tub, large enough for two. I make a mental note of that. It might be useful later. Kaori flips through the brochures she'd grabbed from the front desk. It looks like they list out the different activities the lodge offers. There are the usual winter sports, an ice sculpture garden, winter market, and glass igloos which can be rented for the night.
This looks interesting. Ooh, and this too.
She points to a few different things, ticking check marks as she goes. I smile and flop into the bed. Kaori seems to be enjoying herself by choosing our activities. All I care about is spending time with her, so I'm happy to let her choose. Yeah, spend her time if you know what I mean. After she's planned out our entire trip, we decide to just relax in the hotel room. I decide to make use of the big jacuzzi tub and love every minute of it. We flip through the TV and watch the local channels until our stomachs growl. Neither of us really felt like moving, so we decide to treat ourselves to room service instead. We both choose the chef's special for the night, which is freshly grilled fish. Apparently they also offer ice fishing on the grounds, so it means that they're fresh. As expected, the food is amazing and we devour it all. A wide yawn escapes Kaori's mouth. Are you tired?
I think I am.
Really? You slept the entire ride over here. She slips into bed and hugs a pillow.
I was awake really early this morning. It'll be good to have an early night. We've got a lot planned for tomorrow.
Right. Her eyes are closed as she talks, and I grin. The poor girl really is tired. Well, at least change her clothes.
Okay.
Mustering the energy to move, she drags herself off the bed. She quickly changes and gets ready, then crawls right back into bed. By the time I've gotten ready too, she's fast asleep. I slip into the bed next to her and cuddle her into me. In her sleep, she seeks me out, huddling close. There's a smile on my face as I slowly drift to sleep. Aww. And then I had an awkward boner. Right. We wake up bright and early at the hotel and order room service for breakfast. Afterwards, we put on our hats and jackets and start out our day. So, what are the plans for today? Kaori unfolds a small map she must have gotten from the front desk yesterday.
The ice sculpture garden is not too far from here. Maybe we can check that out.
Alright. Sounds good to me. I follow Kaori down a small path. It looks like she's leading me to some kind of winter garden, but I can see something shimmering from the distance. As we get closer, there seems to be some statues made out of glass? No, not glass, ice! Well, yeah, she said ice sculpture garden, right? Hundreds of ice sculptures fill the area. Some are even taller than me. The sunlight filters through, causing them to shimmer like crystals. Kaori gasps. It's so cold here that her breath puffs in front of her like a dragon.
This place is beautiful! I wonder if there's a competition.
Maybe. I'm not sure. It feels like I'm in some sort of outdoor museum. A few people trickle by, pausing to look at different sculptures. One of the sculptures catches my eye. It's an ice sculpture of a beautiful woman. She stands in the middle of the garden, wearing a crown made of stars. Now that I'm up close, I can see the fine details of her jewels and clothing. The sculpture is clearly talented. He somehow made it look as if her dress and her hair are billowing in the wind. It's so lifelike and delicate for something so solid.
Hello.
Ging-a-lane? What? I look up to see an older looking man. He's wearing the same uniform as the people who work at the hotel. He must be someone who looks after this garden. He notices us checking out the sculptures and smiles.
The Ice Maiden caught your eye, I see.
Caught your eye?
Ice Maiden?
Oh, you don't know?
Oh, you don't know? He gestures to the mountains
There's a
surrounding
legend
us.
surrounding this place. It all starts with this Ice Maiden. The Ice Maiden was the spirit of winter, and she fell in love with a poet named Sammy. Our Black Diamond Slope is named after him.
He gestures to the towering mountain on the edge of the
He wrote about
grounds.
the beauty of winter, how the ice sparkled like crystals, and the soft, powdery snow coated the world in a peaceful blanket. The Ice Maiden felt how much he loved winter, how he loved her, and she felt just as much in love with him.
Good. Kaori's expression softens as she looks at the Ice
That's
Maiden.
so romantic.
He nods.
She came down from the skies and tried to live here on Earth with him, but that ended up causing a never-ending winter. Crops couldn't grow and people were starving. She had no choice but to return to the skies.
Sad
Sammy
times.
hated being torn away from his love, and he tried to build a ladder to the heavens, but mortals
Aw.
aren't allowed in the heavens, and he never made it. The year he died, the world was plunged into a deep freeze as blizzards stormed from her grief. Finally, the king of the heavens took pity on her. He placed the soul of Sammy within the mountain, whose tip touches the sky, so the two of
just
them
a
can
tip?
be together forever.
What's the point of the story? That's kind of a bummer. So he had to die to be with her? That really sucks. Kaori glares at me.
That's
But
one
the man
way to
chuckles.
look at it. But it's not as sad an ending as you think. Maybe they couldn't be together as mortals, but this way, they're immortalized in nature and can be together for eternity.
Yeah, but not alive though. Kaori looks dreamy.
Beautiful.
No, it's not. It's tragic. I'm with the guy. He stretches
Well,
and
there's
gives us a
plenty more
nod.
to see around here, so I hope you enjoy the rest of the garden.
We thank him as he walks
Let's
away.
go look at the rest of the ice sculptures.
Sure. We continue our way through the rest of the garden. We're able to see a few cool sculptures in the back. Someone carved an entire castle. I'm impressed by how each detail looks like it was painstakingly crafted. The sun rays shimmer through the towers and make it look as if it's lit from within. We pass a sculpture of a tiger with bared fangs, a massive tree with low-hanging branches, and even a dragon. By the time we're done, the sun is starting to sink in the sky. Kaori's cheeks are pink from the cold, and her breath puffs in front of her face, but her eyes are wide with wonder.
That was really beautiful, wasn't it?
It was, but to spend a whole day there is a bit much. I mean, yes, I nod. A lot of them looked like they were magical. Which one was your favorite? Of course. Really? She grows defensive.
Really? Why are you so surprised?
You're a secret
It was a
romantic.
nice story, okay?
She looks away, her face becoming
Well,
even redder.
Which one was your favorite?
Ah. Also the Ice Maiden. I like the Ice
Really?
Maiden too. Yeah, I like the story behind her sculpture. Kaori
did
grins
I.
broadly. She glances at the darkening
This was fun,
sky.
but we should head back now.
Mm-hmm. Sure, if that's what
Yeah,
you want.
I think that's a good idea. We want to make it back before it gets too dark.
True. I was ready for dinner by now anyway. We're about to head back, but Kaori leads me away from the hotel and deeper into the snowy woods. Wait, isn't the hotel room the other way?
But we aren't staying there tonight.
Oh, where are we staying? She glances back
It's
at
a
me and
surprise.
smiles. Oh, this trip has just been surprise after surprise. I can't wait to find out what the next surprise is. Well, I'm sure it has something to do with pink handcuffs. It's only a short walk before we came across an icy igloo. The round dome is a series of mirrored panels, reflecting sparkles of the waning sun. Snow covers the extended hall leading up to a solid door. Kaori slips a key out of her pocket and opens the door. Following her inside, I'm greeted by a rush of warmth. The igloo is cozy, the perfect space for two. Plush cushions rest on top of a sleek love seat, and a large bed is centered within the room. There's a dining table with 2 piping hot meals set up. The fragrant aroma of roasted meat makes my stomach rumble. Oh, it's pretty! I've always wanted to stay in one of these. But what takes my breath away is the view. I feel like I'm standing in the middle of a snowy field. The trees sway around us, their branches waving hello. Lingering snowflakes flutter in a frenzied dance, melting as it kisses the glass. The sun barely peeks above the horizon, the last rays faintly showering the snow with golden glitter. Whoa. Kaori waits for my reaction.
What do you think?
It's gorgeous. The view is amazing. Her
Isn't
grin
it?
broadens.
The brochure said the best view is at night, where it feels like you're camping within the comfort of the dome.
I can't wait. My stomach grumbles again and I glance at the table. I really hope that's for us.
Let's eat before it gets cold.
Nice. We settle in and get cleaned up. Then we sit down to eat. By the time we're done, the moon hangs high in the sky. Kaori and I snuggle up on the couch. She rests her head on my shoulder as my arms wraps around her waist. Together, we gaze at the stars all around us, tiny pinpricks of light which poke through the shroud of darkness. She pulls the fuzzy blanket over us, huddling closer to me. I wrap my other arm around her too, as I listen for her breathing. 2 steaming mugs of hot chocolate rest on the end tables while we wait for it to cool. Soft candlelight bathes the room in a warm glow. It's just enough light for us to see, but not enough to obstruct the view of the sky. It's beautiful. Kaori nods. Thank you for bringing me here. This whole trip so far has been perfect. I catch the smile on her lips before she buries her face against me, squeezing me into a hug.
I wanted to do something special.
Consider it a success. You did a great job of it. She beams, clearly proud. Then she leans back into me. Honestly, I'm a bit surprised. She looks back up at me, genuinely curious. I didn't think you were into the romantic stuff. She narrows her eyes and sits a bit straighter.
What makes you think I'm not?
Because he judges you? I laugh. You just don't seem like the type who would care about that stuff. She looks like she's about to protest. It's not a bad thing. It's like how I was surprised by how girly your room looks and that you were into ballerina. That you were a ballerina, not in a ballerina, because that'd be weird. If I'd known you back then, I'd never have guessed you liked gears. Kaori pauses and sighs.
It wasn't until I was in high school that I decided to seriously look at piloting.
Really? So, what got you into it?
I always liked it, actually. Even when I was dancing ballet and playing dress-up.
You played dress-up? She glares at me. I have no problem with that. Not that there's anything wrong with that. I hastily respond. It's kind of cute, actually. Her face turns pink as she looks away.
Well, yeah, I did. Anyway, even though I liked piloting in gears, I never really pursued it because I didn't think that was something that girls were supposed to like. And I watched my sisters and my friends who all loved dresses and makeup and all of the traditional girly stuff. And I figured that's what I needed to love too.
Yep, I know that one.
So I wore the cute dresses and I danced ballet because that's what girls are supposed to do.
Yep. Do you even enjoy any of those things?
I mean, yeah. I wouldn't have done it if I hated it.
She stumbles over her answer, refuses to make eye contact with me. Her face is as red as a tomato. I can't hold back a smile. She's just too cute. If you liked it, then why did you stop? She hesitates.
I had an epiphany at the end of middle school.
That timeline sounds familiar. I think back to when Kaori and May's friendship had been strained. That had started right around the end of middle school, when Kaori found out Ryuta wasn't interested in her. Ryuta! Ryuta from my hatful boyfriend! Because of Ryuta? She nods reluctantly.
After that happened, I learned a lot of different things. And one of the things I realized was that there's no rule on what girls are supposed to do. I didn't hate all that
thank you.
Stuff, but it never quite felt like it was me either.
Wow, this game just starting to surprisingly get a really good message across. I love it.
I decided to start doing what I wanted to do and be who I wanted to be.
Good.
Piloting was a lot easier to transition into than I thought it'd be. It helped me focus on myself. When I'm in Aura, there's just the battle.
I think about what she says and I understand. When I'm in Eagle, I feel safe and powerful, like I can take on the world. After all, I'm literally encased in armor. I get it. I feel the same way in Eagle.
I started focusing more on fitness and health, so I could be a better pilot. Ballet actually helped me increase my flexibility and gave me the foundation I needed for conditioning.
It sure did. I can picture her bending over as it were yesterday, because it was.
As I grew stronger and more confident, I became less scared to speak my mind. How could anyone know what I was thinking if I didn't just say it? It seems pointless to not just tell the truth.
Her expression softens and suddenly she seems strangely vulnerable. She wrings her hands together anxiously.
But I know that a lot of times people don't like how blunt I am. Or they think I'm scary.
Hey, I hear you, girl. You know, I am blunt all the time, and I'm a lot less blunt than I used to be. I was super, super blunt when I first moved over to the UK, and had to dial it back 70%. So I'm still very truthful about things, and people just don't like hearing the truth. They want you to sugarcoat and lie about everything, but that's not who I am, and you know, I appreciate truthful people in my life too.
Sometimes, I wonder if maybe I should have tried to be less outspoken.
No. Her voice trails off as she looks wistfully back up at the sky. Don't think like that. She doesn't move. Kaori. At the sound of her name, she finally returns my gaze. Her eyes search my own as she waits to hear what I have to say. Tell her you love her. Watching her second guess herself makes my heart twinge. This woman is both beautiful and smart. She's fiery yet cool. She's strong yet delicate. She's all these opposites that you'd never guess would go together, and that's what makes her so perfect. I love how outspoken you are. I love that you wear your heart on your sleeve. I love how much you care about your friends and family. I love that you could most definitely kick my ass. But most importantly, I love you. All of you. Kaori smiles gently at my words. She pulls me in and plants a soft kiss on my lips.
That's how I feel about you too.
Aw, I'm delicate? Her words spark an electricity in my chest. Warmth blossoms in my heart, and I pull her in for another kiss. She giggles as she falls into me. We spend the rest of the night entangled together underneath the silvery light of the moon. Our hot chocolates are long forgotten, as cold as the frozen landscape. I never want this moment to end. Closing my eyes, I savor the feeling of this blissful peace. With Kaori in my arms, I soon drift asleep beneath the twinkling lights of the million stars. Nice! I jerk awake to a yelp. My heart kicks up into my throat and I sit straight up. What? Everything's bright and fuzzy. I squint through the ribbon of sunlight cutting through the ceiling. Kaori? What's going on? Kaori backs away from the edge of the dome and shuffles frantically next to me. Are you okay?
No!
Huh? What's the matter? She points to something outside of the dome. My brows furrow. I look to where she's pointing, but there's nothing but snow and evergreens. I don't see anything. Kaori fiercely shakes her head. Huh? Well, I guess we're going to die. Stay here, I'll investigate. My heart is pounding, but I rise to stand. It's going to be okay. Just stay here, I'll take care of it.
You can't go by yourself! What if something happens?
I'll be fine. I'm just going to see what we're up against.
I'm going with you!
She puts on a brave face, but her trembling voice gives her away. I untangle myself from Kaori's arms and slip off the couch. I quickly put on my boots and coat, not bothering to tie my laces or zip up. Opening the door, I look around. The cool breeze snakes up the back of my neck, making me shiver. Kaori comes up behind me, staying as close as possible.
There!
She points at something shifting in the bushes. I squint. She grabs into my arm with a death grip. Frowning, I take a step closer. Something shifts in the bushes again. My heart starts hammering in my chest. Be careful, you don't know what's in there. Snow flurries off the leaves and branches as the creature stirs within. Then a fluffy bunny hops out. Aw, cute little bunny! So small and fluffy. My heart melts a little. Oh, what a cute little bun bun!
Cute about it!
Whoa, what do you mean? It's adorable. The bunny scrubs his face with his paws. Aww. Kaori hides behind me. Kaori, it's fine. It's only a bunny.
Sinister.
That's ridiculous. I take a closer look. The rabbit looks as soft as whipped cream. Its white fur blends in with the snowy terrain, and I can make out a scarlet slash across its mouth. Red bubbles and drips down its fur. Oh no! A chill runs down my spine. Is that blood? It looks like it's chewing something. Is this some kind of demonic rabbit? Oh no, is it hurt? What happened to it? I hope the poor thing isn't injured. My pulse thrums, but I give the rabbit a closer look. I notice some bright red berries peeking in the bush behind it. Let out a sigh of relief. It's not a demonic rabbit after all. It's just eating the berries on the bush. She peeks around me again, then cringes.
Tell it to go away or something!
Okay. I start to piece things together in my head. If she's still afraid of it, even after I showed her it wasn't dangerous. Kaori, are you just afraid of rabbits or something? Her head... I hear her sucking a breath. But it's just a rabbit. What's there to be afraid of?
Its teeth?
I mean, if you've ever been bitten by a rabbit, you'd be a little bit more careful with them.
And
Yeah.
its claws.
They don't have claws.
And glowing red eyes. And
No.
the foam coming out of its mouth. And its horns.
Wow, it's not a jackalope. Do you even know what a rabbit is? She scowls, crossing her arms.
I do. I saw them in Bunny Darko.
Bunny Darko? Bunny Darko, that horror movie?
My sisters were babysitting me when I was little and put it on. The rabbit was all bloody and disfigured. I had nightmares for weeks.
Aww. But it's a movie. It's
So,
pretend.
I don't trust them.
But Donnie Darko's a great film. The rabbit scratches at its ear with one of his big feet. It gives us another curious glance before darting off in another direction. I watch it disappear across the snow. I smile a little and shake my head. Well, it's okay, it's gone now. I slip my hand into hers, and we have a full day ahead of us without rabbits. Kaori slowly nods. What fun things do you plan for us this time? I hope that by talking about something else, Kaori will forget about the rabbit. It seems to work as she perks
Tonight
up.
is the winter market. I wonder if it's changed a lot since I was a kid.
Oh, cool. I guess we'll find out later. Maybe we can get some breakfast at the lodge and then go skiing after.
But first, you should maybe tie your boots.
I glance down. Alright. I'm in such a hurry before. And you'll probably need a little more clothes than just your PJs. Kaori glances down at herself and her cheeks redden. We return to the igloo so we can get ready properly. I go through my morning routine, then slip on my coat and hat. Soon after we head out. After breakfast, we spend some time skiing on the slopes. Kaori is better and faster at it than I am. She always manages to whisk past me. But she never strays too far, always stopping and waiting for me to catch up. While we're here, I can't help but mull over the story we had heard yesterday. Some of the people who work here say that there's a broken, unfinished staircase if you check out the Black Diamond. I kind of want to check it out and see if it's true, but I'm not sure I'm ready for a Black Diamond just yet. Plus, a lone staircase on its own in the middle of nowhere sounds like a bad idea in general. What the fuck are you on about? By the time we've had our fill, the sun is beginning to set. We return to our hotel room to freshen up for the evening. Soon night falls. A million amber stars shimmer in the sky above us. Our faces are chilled from the cold winter air. Cool winter air even. Kaori huddles close to me as we make our way to the market. I can't help but grin. The spirit of the holidays is contagious here. The market is full of colorful lights and people bustling around. There are cute little stalls set up with decorations and vibrant colors. Snow clings to the roofs like little white caps. The lights shimmer across the streets and cast a beautiful glow across Kaori's face. There are stalls selling all sorts of trinkets. Winter snow globes, ornaments, and souvenirs related to the lodge. Other stalls beckon us with promises of warm treats and hot beverages. A delicious, sweet smell wafts from one of the stalls. I turn my head and take a look before beaming. Oh, Kaori, look! Beaver tails!
What?
They're delicious! I saw them when I visited Canada. Her mouth twists in horror.
Actually ate a beaver's tail?
Oh, but I ate a lot of beaver, if you know what I mean. No, it's beaver tail pastry. It's basically just delicious bread with sweet yummy goodness piled on top. Kaori still looks a little unconvinced.
Well, that's better, but only marginally. It sounds so unhealthy.
That's what makes it taste so good. I grab her by the hand and zigzag through the crowd to the stall.
Hello?
The man beams at
How
us.
can I help you today?
I decide to go with a classic. Hi, one cinnamon and
Of
sugar,
course.
please. I pay for it and the man hands me a hefty portion. I've forgotten how big these are. The smell makes my mouth water.
Enjoy.
I want to try a beaver tail now. I rip off a piece with my teeth. The sugar and cinnamon melts across my tongue. A grin blooms across my face. It's just as delicious as I remember. Kaori gives it a curious glance. It's so good, try it. She forcefully shakes her head.
I don't think so.
You're seriously missing out. She arches an eyebrow.
It doesn't look that great, to be honest. It just looks like fried dough.
Oh, really? Do you want me to get you something else? Okay, well, if you don't want a dessert, do you want me to get you something else? She pauses and looks around.
There are some roasted chestnuts over there.
Yeah, nice. She points out to a little stall decorated with lights. I can smell the scent of something sweet and earthy wafting from it. I grin. Done. We jump in line. After a while, I order and pay for some roasted chestnuts. The sales lady smiles and hands them to me in a little baggie. Thanks. I hand it over to Kaori. Here you go. Kaori smiles a little. She brightens as she pops one in her mouth.
These are great. Thank you.
Of course. We end up spending the rest of the night browsing through the market. I buy a few souvenirs for Aunt Yuki, Uncle Kaito, and Nikki. I wonder how things have been for them on their vacation. Did they have a good Christmas on the beach? Sure they did. After a few hours of eating our fill of snacks, drinking hot chocolate, and exploring the shops, I start to feel a little tired. A tiny yawn escapes Kaori too. Maybe we should head home. We don't want to miss the last bus back. Kaori nods. It isn't until we start heading back that I see her dig into a paper bag. It must have been from one of the shops. She hands me something wrapped in tissue paper. She's avoiding eye contact, face flushed. Oh, what is it? She blushes even deeper.
Just open it.
I didn't see her buy me anything. She must have been sneaky. Quickly, I unravel the tissue paper. It's a small glass statue of a man holding a quill and paper. Is this the poet from the story?
Yeah.
She shuffles another tiny statue between her hands. It looks like it's the Ice
It's not
Maiden.
something big, okay? I just wanted to get something so we could remember this trip again.
That's so cute. A smile warms my face. Give her a hug. I gather her into my arms and squeeze her tightly. I'll never forget this trip. Her arms encircle me too, and she rests her head against my chest. For a moment we stay like this, enjoying the feel of each other's company. All too soon we break away. My hand curls over the statue, and I wrap it up safely and give it back to Kaori for safekeeping in her bag. Are you ready to go? She nods and takes my hand. We make our way back to the bus stop and catch the next bus out. The way back home is long and quiet. Kaori ends up falling asleep to a slow song playing on the radio. Afterwards we flag a taxi. Luckily, the skies are pretty clear, so we don't have to worry about driving home in a big snowfall. We finally arrive. I gently shake Kaori awake. She yawns and rubs her eyes. We trek up to the house and slip off our coats and shoes once we get inside. Everything is dark. Everyone must already be asleep. Tiptoeing quietly, we reach our bedroom. As soon as we flop into the bed, sleep claims us fast and instant. Wow, we're disappointing the family constantly by not doing it. The sun shines right in my eyes. Waking up, still groggy, I blink my eyes open and look around the room. Kaori's space beside me is empty. She must already be awake. I take a look at the time and balk at how late it is in the morning. We did have a late night coming home, and I was exhausted from the travel. Kaori must have let me sleep in, which is very considerate of her. I smile to myself, feeling lucky to have her again. The events of our getaway are still fresh in my memory. A part of me wishes we could have stayed longer. Either way, I should get up now and see what everybody else is up to. Kaori's probably growing impatient waiting for me. I get ready for the day and head downstairs. Kaori's in the living room, gathering up some things, but glances up when she hears me.
You're finally up.
Yeah, sorry I slept so late.
You were tired.
She shrugs. She picks up a gift bag and peeks within. So, what are you doing?
Just double checking the presents. There are a few things I'd like to exchange. Or maybe just return entirely.
I think I know exactly which gifts those might be. A trip to the mall would be a nice opportunity to stretch my legs and get out of the house for a bit.
Sure,
Do you like some company?
if you want to, but you don't have to.
Let's go. Back to the mall, huh? Our family are doing their own individual things, so I help myself to some food in the kitchen. After I'm finished eating, and Kaori has gathered everything she wants, we drive over to the mall. Ah, back here! Although Christmas has already passed, some of the stores are slow to remove the decorations. The lights are gone, but some of the wreaths and trees still remain. The lights are not gone, they're there! It's exactly the same picture as before, what do you mean the lights are gone? Most of the Christmas sale signs all have been replaced with after Christmas or New Year's deals. We pause in front of the oh so familiar jewelry store, which is located in the center of the mall.
Why don't we meet back here in about half an hour?
Okay. Oh, it's okay. I don't mind going with you to return things. I don't really have anything I need to do here anyway.
No!
Your gaze flicks away. Whoa. I blink at how forceful her answer is. The blush rushes to her face.
No! You should just go and look around, and I'll get this returned, and then we can reconvene.
Okay. She's being weirdly insistent. She goes alone. It's not a big deal. I already have an idea of what you're returning anyway. The blush deepens as she shakes her head. She clutches the bag,
No,
closing it
don't.
tightly. It was right there when you opened the gifts from your mom and
Yeah,
sisters.
But then, later on, Naomi gave me something else.
Her voice becomes small, just barely a
Vicky's
whisper.
confidential.
My eyes widen. That's the ladies' lingerie store. Don't return it? Images of lacy brows and teasing underwear fill my mind, and I imagine Kaori wearing them. I reach for the bag, but she snatches it away. Please, for the love of all that is good, do not return those.
I have to! It's embarrassing!
At least let me see what I'll be missing. She jumps back, holding the bag
No!
close to her chest.
Stop being a pervert! I'll find you when I'm done.
As she begins to walk away, my tiny sliver of hope shatters. I was so close. As Kaori slowly fades from view, I wonder which shops I should browse. Glancing up at the jewelry store, I feel drawn to enter. I noticed some good quality leather watch bands in there last time. Wow, exciting. Maybe they've got deals on those today. Plus Kaori will meet me right outside here, so I may as well stay close. I enter the store and see some racks of necklaces and bracelets sparkling under the lights. If I remember correctly, the watches were in the back. Making my way through, I pass the rings and I hesitate. The promissory ring sticks out in my mind, as do the events of the past week. Spending Christmas with her family, spending the night underneath the stars, the beautiful winter night market. I love spending every minute of it with her, and I want to create even more memories together. My gaze falls on an elegant silver band.
Oh, hello
Maybe...
again, sir. It's a pleasure to see you return.
Glancing up, I recognize the girl as the same saleswoman from before. Hi. This is a little awkward. Instinctively, I step back. She
You
smiles
must
warmly.
really be serious about her. Well,
Uh-huh.
you've come in here twice, and both times you've looked at our rings.
Yeah, that's true. My eye is drawn to a silver band again. She notices my stare and
It's beautiful,
smiles.
isn't it? Elegant yet simple. It's a popular choice within our promissory ring collection.
Ooh, if someone says that is a popular choice, I'm like, yeah, never mind. I don't want to give them something that everybody else has. She takes it out of the case and offers me a chance to inspect it. The more I look at it, the more I think Kaori
Perhaps
will
you'd
like
like
it.
to give it to a certain special someone?
It's none of your business. She winks knowingly. I'll buy the ring. I remember Kaori's face as she cuddled into me and gazed up at the stars. She looked so content, and everything seemed to just fall into place. I want to see her that happy again. I want to make her that happy however I can. I promise that I will. You know what? Yeah, I do want to buy it. The girl's face splits into a wide
Excellent
grin.
choice.
She carefully places the ring within a small box after my purchase. I refuse a bag and slip the box into my pocket. I don't want Kaori to know about this just yet. I'll have to find the right time to surprise her. As I turn to go, I spot Kaori's red hair. In a moment, she reaches my
What
side.
are you doing here?
I better think of something quick. I just walked into the first store I saw.
Right. Well, I'm done with my exchange stuff, so if you're ready to head out.
Sure, let's go. I follow her out of the store. So while we're here, is there anything you want to get?
Actually,
Kaori looks thoughtful.
the latest season of Ninja Rangers is out.
Oh nice. Anyone to watch it?
I've been waiting
She
for it
nods.
to come out so I could watch it all at once. I heard they're introducing a new ranger.
Wow. How do you
I'm
feel
not
about
sure
that?
yet, but it's exciting either way.
Her eyes light up as she talks. Kaori's usually so serious. Sometimes I forget she likes anime too. Well, with such a pivotal plot point, we absolutely have to
We?
watch it.
That means you're going to watch it with me?
Yeah? Of course. I throw my arms around her shoulder. Who else would watch it with? She blushes as a smile grows on her lips. I don't take offense when she shrugs out of my grasp. One day I'll get her comfortable with public displays of affection, but that's not today. Do you know where the store is? She glances around and then points.
There's a directory. Maybe it'll show us where to find the anime store.
Excuse me, did I just hear you say anime store?
Anime store? I look the same as your dad. We turn around at the sound of voice and see a man with bright spiky hair. He wears a cool jacket over a t-shirt and jeans.
I'm heading in that direction and can show you where it is.
Oh, okay. That's really helpful of you.
No problem, just follow me.
What is this? He leads the way and we cautiously follow. I take Kaori's hand in mine so we don't lose each other, and we weave through the crowds. Soon he turns down one of the narrow corridors. Is he going the right way? I didn't know there were shops here. The corridor opens back to another end of the mall. The guy suddenly pauses with no anime store inside. Kaori and I look at each other in confusion. We're in the middle of nowhere. Kaori looks skeptical.
The only thing here is just a big garbage bin.
His expression suddenly changes.
Because anime is trash.
Oh my lord. He shouts his last words and dashes away. Your mom's trash. I shout after him. Your mom's trash. Kaori crosses her arms.
That was the best you could come up with?
Yeah. It's not like I had a lot of time. The fire ignites in Kaori's eyes and she balls her fists.
What's his problem? It's
I don't
not
know.
like we asked him for help. We could have been fine without him. Better, in fact.
Well, he's gone now, so let's just find the store ourselves. Still boiling, Kaori nods and takes a deep breath, trying to calm herself down.
Not trash. It's actually a really expressive and entertaining method of storytelling. With high quality production.
Yes. Okay, you don't have to convince me. She pauses and then exhales.
He just made me so angry.
Let's forget about him. She nods and we head back towards the directory. Kaori spots the name on the store list almost straight away, and we make our way there without incident. After buying the anime, we linger in the mall for a while longer, checking out some of the deals. We don't end up buying anything else, but we do find an arcade. I manage to convince Kaori to go in, and we even find a set of gear simulators. We play some co-op matches against the AI, which Kaori approves of. Once we adjusted the gear equipment, we flawlessly defeat level after level, attracting a crowd. We end up finishing with a super high leaderboard score. I guess all that gear piloting at Ace and my team cohesion with Kaori over the last months have paid off. You too, partner. We proudly exit the arena and notice the crowd is starting to die down. We decide to go back. By the time we head home, it is already beginning to get dark. We arrive just in time for dinner. Together we share another one of Mrs. Itami's delicious meals. No wonder Kaori knows so much about food. Her mother is an amazing cook. After dinner we help clean up and then the family splits their respective activities. The twins return to their rooms to work on their design ideas. Kaori's mother pulls her daughter aside.
Could you come with me for a minute? I want to go through some of your old belongings before you go back to university.
Okay.
What for?
I know you help out at Uncle Miguel's daycare, and I thought it'd be nice if you donated some of your old toys and things as a late Christmas gift.
Kaori's expression softens and a wide smile lights her face. I recognize that expression. She wears it every time she sees the kids.
That's a great idea, Mom!
Chatting excitingly, the two of them head upstairs, leaving just me and Kaori's dad in the living room. Glancing over, I see he's inspecting a tiny figurine. Curious, I decide to get a closer look. He's holding a miniature gear figure, similar to what he gave Kaori, although this one is partially painted. I think I recognize the shape. Is that a model of the series X890? Her dad looks startled, but answers me with a pleasant grin.
It's unfinished, though. I'm surprised you could tell.
They have a really distinct, sleek design, a bit thinner than the general models. He nods in agreement.
I've noticed that too. They can be pretty tricky to get right. I personally really like the X888.
Ugh. This time it's my turn to look surprised. Didn't realize you were into gears.
Well, I'm certainly no expert like you kids, but I've slowly been getting into it.
He straightens up and gestures for me to follow him into the garage. Oh, please, let me out. It's been refurbished into a workspace. On one cabinet are lines of finished miniature gears. I gravitate closer to them and recognize that they're grouped by gear, make, and model. Did you paint these yourself? He nods proudly.
I honestly find it relaxing.
Aw. How did you get into
Kaori,
it?
Actually.
Indirectly. Really?
When she started getting into her piloting, she did all this research into gears. I decided to do it along with her, so I could understand exactly what she was getting into, what kind of dangers she'd be in, what model of gear would be best, that sort of thing. And even after she found Aura, I found myself still researching. It turns out, I think they're pretty interesting. Now,
he chuckles.
I'm never going to be a pilot or an engineer, but painting these little guys helps me feel a little bit closer to my daughter.
Aw. That's really awesome, Mr. Itami. I can't help but smile. He cares greatly for his daughter and shows the little things he does for her. Memories of working on Eagle with my dad resurface, and I fight back the lump in my throat. Corey's really lucky to have him. He rummages through the drawers and pulls out 2 figurines, then passes one
Would you
of
like
them
to give
me.
it a try?
Yeah, paint Eagle. Sure. I've been missing my own gear while out of school. Be nice to have a little keepsake so I can keep it with me at all times. His grin broadens as I accept the mini gear. He sets up the paints and we both get to work. We continue to chat. He shares with me that Kaori would sometimes help him paint the gears, but she was usually too impatient to be able to do it long term. Usually he would paint and she would watch him. The Aura figurine he'd given her was one he actually built as well as painted. It was the first time he built a model, which was impressive considering how great it looked. Finally, Mr. Itami's gear is finished. He takes a look at mine, curious.
Great. You've obviously got talent. Is this a special gear?
I nod. This is my gear,
It's a
Eagle.
beautiful looking gear. Did you custom build it?
Yeah, my dad and I did. I fall silent as the lump in my throat returns. Corey's dad softens. His voice is gentle and calming.
You did a great job.
Thanks. He takes another look at me and something in his expression is different. Although he'd always been nice and welcoming to me ever since I arrived, I feel like he finally accepts me. And this time together bonded us.
Very happy, and I can understand why. You're a good young man.
Thank you. Hearing those words mean a lot to me. Thank you. She's a very special girl.
She is.
He clasps my shoulder. He clasps my shoulder and gives me a gentle
it's
smile.
getting late. We should probably head back into the house. Miss Itami will scold me if she knew I was out here at this hour.
He winks, and the two of us go back inside. I return to the bedroom and find Kaori sitting on the bed. She looks up as I enter.
Good, you're back.
Yeah!
I was going to put on the first episode of the new Ninja Rangers. Do you want to watch?
Sure. I've been waiting all day for this. I've been wanting to watch that since you mentioned it this afternoon. She
Hurry up
grins.
then!
Yes, ma'am. She sets up, I quickly get changed and get ready for bed. We settle in the bed together, with Kaori snuggled against me, and begin the first episode. As the show continues, my eyelids feel heavy and I fight to keep them open. It's not long before I fall asleep, with Kaori in my arms. I feel movement on top of me and my eyes fly open. We're both still in bed, but Kaori's awake. Whoa! Jesus Christ! I was not expecting that. Her gaze holds my own as she straddles my hips. Her red lingerie teases me from behind her unbuttoned shirt. What? Her eyes sparkle and she wears a devilish smile. Am I dreaming? It's a dream, right? Gentle fingers trail down my chest. Her every touch lights a deep fire within me.
Tense.
Excuse me? I'm speechless. The shock of the situation overtakes me and renders me speechless. That's all I can manage to say.
Maybe you could use a massage.
Oh no. She lays her hands flat against my chest and slowly leans forward, pulling my gaze down to the red lace and soft skin. Her back arches delicately as my hands run across her hips. Her hair tickles my face. The smell of her shampoo, sweet and intoxicating. Her lips, full and enticing, hover above me. I lean in, but she's already pulled back. The shirt hangs off her, strategically covering just enough to make me need a rise. A sleeve falls off her shoulder. She shrugs off the other sleeve of too. Off. Letting it pull down her hips before discarding it. Freed from her covering, I drink in the shape of her curves as my hands trace her body. Her hands run up my chest again as she leans close. Her body arches against mine, her skin gently caressing me like a whisper. A low growl escapes me as I grab her. She gasps as she falls into me, her gaze on my lips.
I wonder what sort of perverted thoughts you're having right now.
Excuse me. She wears an impish smile. She's pressed up against me, chest to chest. My heart beats so fast, I'm sure she can feel it. Her lips are just an inch away, so close. Suddenly I'm jerked awake. I told you it was a fucking dream. Sunlight filters across my eyes, but there's no fiery red hair inside. Just this awkward boner and wet sheets. What? Kaori?
What?
She glares at me, sitting on the edge of the bed, much more dressed than in my imagination.
You've been calling my name, but not saying anything else.
Oh! It takes a moment for my brain to catch up with reality. Memories of her teasing smile begin to drift away. It was all a dream? I glance at Kaori, who watches me with confusion. Disappointment settles over me. It was just a dream. I should have known. Kaori isn't usually that forward. Yeah. I just had a really vivid dream.
Was it
She
about
pauses.
me? What
Yeah.
was it about?
Oh. I'm not sure I should say. Knowing Kaori, she would not be happy to know how I was dreaming about her. Maybe it's better if I don't answer. She narrows her eyes, her suspicion growing with my silence. Then she punches me in the arm. Ow, I didn't say anything!
Which obviously means it was something too bad to tell me.
I can't help but I dream. She seems flustered and quickly
All
rises
that
to her feet.
means is that subconsciously you're a super big, lewd pervert!
Not really, it's pretty natural. First of all, I will not necessarily disagree with that. But secondly, in my wildest fantasies, where I can literally think of anything or anyone, real or imagined, I saw you. Kaori's taken aback, her cheeks redden, and she looks away. The anger from before melts
Fine.
off her face.
Whatever. I don't care anymore. I'm going to go downstairs. Come down when you're ready.
Fine, I will. Then she hurries out of the room. My heart is still pounding, and I need a moment to relax and collect myself, and have a wank in the shower. But that actually didn't end too badly. Taking my time, I get ready for the day, then go downstairs and join the family for a late breakfast. We decide to just relax and take it easy today. Kaori's dad disappears into the garage to work more on his figurines, while her mother and sisters decide to go out. That just leaves me and Kaori in her bedroom, alone, without interruption. Reminders of the dream wriggle back into my brain, and I slide Kaori a look. Feeling my gaze on her, she glances at me. A mischievous grin spreads across my face. Kaori narrows her
Don't even
eyes.
think about it.
Ha! Instead, she pulls out her laptop again so we can continue watching Ninja Rangers. Turns out we only managed to watch one episode last night before we fell asleep. Leaning back into the bed, I stretch out my arm, leaving a space for Kaori to fill. Like a puzzle, she fits perfectly beside me, and we begin watching. The more we watch, the more we become absorbed with the show. Kaori was right, they did introduce a new character, Enchantra, the Ranger of Charm. She's beautiful and busty character, who wears the same skin-tight uniform as the others, of course. Her ability is to persuade others to do the right thing. Kaori rolls her eyes.
It's annoying when a good show decides to go overboard on fan service.
Yes, thank you.
Her power doesn't even really fit in with the others.
Yeah, it's like Captain Planet. Maybe she'll surprise you. I shrug. She's only just been introduced. Maybe she's got a hidden ability or something we find out about later on. It's unfair to judge her before she's had a chance to shine. Kaori huffs, but reluctantly agrees.
True. We haven't really had a chance to learn much about her. But her backstory better be good.
Time gets away from us as we power through the episodes, through episode after episode. Even with the divided introduction of the new character, I can't speak anymore. Even with the divided introduction of the new character, the season is still good. Are we ever gonna get out of this house? I feel like I've seen the same scene 20 times now, and my attention is wavering. So if yours is wavering, I don't necessarily blame you. We stop when we hear the call for dinner. I spot a large spot in the middle of the table.
We
This
thought
looks
that
different.
since it's so cold outside, we'd have shabu shabu tonight.
Nice. Ayami nods as she helps her mother bring out plates of raw meat and vegetables.
What
Kaori's
an
father
excellent
grins.
idea. Nothing quite warms the soul like some hot soup.
We gather around the pot of boiling soup, chatting happily while cooking our food. So yeah, shabu shabu is kind of like a hot pot. After our bellies are full, we help clean up and then
It's been
rest
nice
for a
having the
bit.
whole family together again.
Plus a bonus
Yeah.
member.
Naomi.
Ew.
He's
A boner
basically
member.
family at this point.
Kurio's mother pats my
You
hand
are welcome
reassuringly.
here at any time.
Good.
Well,
Thanks.
I was thinking it would be nice to have a family game night again. It's pretty rare that we have all of you back at once. What do you say?
That's
Ayami
a great
lights up.
idea, Dad.
Remember
Naomi
the game
nods.
One Night Vampire? You kids used to love it growing up.
Kaori
It's been
smiles
forever
fondly.
since I've played that.
If everyone else wants to play something, then I'm happy to play
Alright,
too.
sounds like that's settled.
Ayami goes to collect the game while Kaori's dad
do you know
faces
how to play
me.
One Night Vampire?
No. A refresher would be helpful. I don't think
Alright.
so. How do you play?
We'll play a simple version with fewer roll cards. There are villagers, vampires, a rabble-rouser, a burglar, and a soothsayer. The vampires are pretty self-explanatory. The rabble-rouser will cause trouble by switching 2 cards. The burglar will exchange their card with another player, and then look at that new card. And the soothsayer can either look at one person's card, or look at 2 cards in the center. At night, each roll will be called to do an action, so just make sure you listen to the narrator on what action you should do. During
Okay.
the day, everyone discusses and tries to guess who the vampires are. The villagers win if at least one vampire
sorry.
dies. The vampires win if they are all alive.
Sounds simple enough. I didn't really listen, but whatever. We set up the game and Corey's dad shuffles the deck. Then he passes out the rolls, leaving the remaining cards in the center of the table. I peek at my card and my heart races. Just my luck, I'm a
Alright.
vampire.
It is now the first night. Everyone close your eyes.
I close my eyes like I'm told
Vampires, wake up and look for your kin.
to do. Okay. I do, and so does Kaori. We glance at each other and smile. This is perfect. It must be destiny that we're on the team together. Kaori's dad tells us to close our eyes. He cycles through the other rolls, and then the night
Everyone
faces
open your
over.
eyes. You can now discuss.
Okay. Kaori blinks open her eyes and looks around the room. She speaks before anyone else has a chance
One
to
of the
start.
vampires is Naomi.
Ha. Naomi
You're
looks at
obviously
Kaori.
just randomly throwing around accusations. I bet
Hmm.
you're the vampire.
Corey's face reddens. Oh no, I need to say something before she gives us away. I should stay silent, I think. On second thought, if I say something now, that would look very suspicious. I don't want them to guess that we're the vampires.
Of course I'm not. I'm only a villager.
Ayami
What a
starts giggling.
coincidence. I happen to be a villager too.
Corey's
As
face
am
grows
I.
even redder.
I'm also a part of the village.
That's not possible.
Can't all be villagers. You guys are lying.
Or it's you who's the liar.
Ayami
Someone
looks
over
at
here's
me.
being awfully quiet.
Naomi glances at me too.
He's obviously not saying anything because he's a vampire.
Ugh. Kaori glances sharply at me and finally break my silence. No, it's not me.
Yeah.
Naomi just
I'm
laughs.
not convinced. Me neither. What's your role then?
I'm a soothsayer. What were the roles again? I tried to remember what was called after the vampires. I'm the
buy it.
soothsayer.
If you had been, you wouldn't have just sat there silently. Yeah, you would have told us which role you read.
I need to make something up on the spot. I read Mrs. Itami's
He's
card
right.
and she's a villager.
I'm not convinced.
Because you're the vampire.
What is
It
this?
sounds
Yeah.
like you guys are ready to vote.
Oh, we all point at who we think it is. Kaori, Mrs. Itami, and I point to Naomi. Ayami and Naomi both point to me. Naomi looks incredulously at her mother.
He got my card right.
The daytime round ends and we all flip over our cards. The group
You
is
were
surprised
both
at our reveal.
vampires?
Yep.
She beams at me, clearly pleased by her win.
You've
Ayami
got to be
face
kidding
palms.
me. I switched both of your cards.
Ha! I glanced at her card and she was the rabble rouser. Ha! Nice try.
Excellent together.
Oh, don't start again. Corey's mother gushes
No
over
wonder
Corey
we
and
couldn't
me.
guess. You two are just the perfect team.
Oh, this game is starting to kill me.
Mom!
Corey flushes, clearly embarrassed. Her mother just
Why
laughs.
don't we play again?
No, please. We play a few more rounds, rotating narrators and roll cards. Corey's dad had the best poker face of the night. No one could tell if he was bluffing or not. With lots of laughter, we continue to play long into the night. Why? It's a boring game. Eventually, our heads grow weary and it becomes difficult to concentrate. We decide to pack it in for the night. Splitting our separate ways, we return to our bedrooms to get ready for bed. I flop into the bed and before long I'm lost. Fast asleep, I mean. But I feel lost right now. This seems like a never-ending story and I don't know where it's going. I thought the build-up was Christmas. My brain is still a little fuzzy when I wake up the next day. I groan, stretching out across the mattress. Huh? Where did Corey go? I rub my eyes. The sun is bright and shining in here, making everything look brighter and pinker than normal. What time is it anyway? I lean over and grab my phone from the nightstand. It's the afternoon already? How did I manage to sleep in so late? I hear the door open, and when I look up, Corey blinks in the doorway.
Oh, you're finally awake.
She says again. Yeah. I smile and rub the back of my neck, sheepish. I guess I was pretty tired from the game last night. She nods, then she crosses the room for her purse, still wearing the same old clothes that she's been wearing for the last 4 days. She throws it over her shoulder. I realize she's already got her jacket and hat on. What's the plan for
I
today?
have to help my mom pick up some things for tonight.
Tonight? What's tonight? Okay, I'll come with you. She
No
shakes
need.
her head.
We've got it covered. You can stay here and relax.
I glance around the room, wondering what I could do to amuse myself. Corey seems to guess my thoughts as she
I
picks
have
up
some
her
shows
laptop.
on here if you want to take a look. I also have a couple of games.
A game would be fun. What do you have? She fiddles with it for a minute before handing it to me.
Oh, I know!
She clicks around before pulling something up. I glance at it.
It's a
What is
visual
it?
novel. The story is really good.
Well, not this one. I mean, it's cute, but it doesn't seem to go anywhere. A visual novel? That sounds fun. I can make out some kind of opening theme song with some anime dudes. Sure, I'll
Great.
check it out.
I'll
She
be
pecks
back
me on the
soon,
cheek.
Okay? Have fun!
She walks out of her room, let out a sigh and flop backwards into her bed. I guess this is what I'll be doing then. I sit up and scoot back into the pillows, starting up the game on her laptop. I squint at it a little. Magical messenger? The heck? This is an otome. Well, it is Kaori's game. I suppose that makes sense. I guess I'll still play it. The start to this game is weird. Apparently, I'm some sort of girl I find on a random phone. Some strangers texting me and telling me to break into someone's apartment to return it. Why don't I just turn the phone into the lost and found? Okay, wow. We actually broke into a stranger's apartment. And no one's there? Oh, now the mysterious phone is blowing up. Somehow I'm getting sucked into a messenger app. There's a bunch of ridiculous good-looking guys texting me at once and trying to figure out what I'm doing here because it's a private messaging app. Oh my god, I don't want a novel within a novel. Right, nothing catches my eye until I spot Fortnite. Kaori actually tried this? Well, so will I. I get sucked into the game and lose all track of time before I know it is getting dark. Oh, thank God. I hear some footsteps. The bedroom door opens and Kaori walks inside.
Hey, I'm back.
I set aside the laptop and smile. Oh hey, got everything taken care of? She glanced at the laptop. No. She must be Magical Messenger. Let's just say yes. I actually did. What's this say about me?
I told you it was fun.
She cocks her head.
I'm curious. Which character did you end up going for?
I picked Jahi.
I've never tried her route though.
It wasn't much of a route. She immediately friend-zoned you forever. I was really looking forward to that route, only to be crushed by the power of friendship. Kaori laughs and shakes her head. So, who was your favorite then?
He's so hardworking and cool. Plus, he has a secret soft spot for animals.
Keep thoughts to myself. The clocks start turning in my head. Jimin has to be her favorite because their personalities are so similar. The way he denies his feelings for MC is very much how Kaori behaves. I must have an odd expression on my face because Kaori arches an eyebrow. I smirk and shake my head. Oh, nothing. There's no way I'm going to call her out. I do not feel like getting punched today.
How far did you get in the game anyway?
Oh, I finished. Kaori balks, surprised.
How did you get so far in a matter of hours?
I don't know. Whenever the notification to continue came up,
what?
I just hit yes.
That means you actually spent money.
Are you sure? I don't remember it asking for money. Was Kaori's card attached to it? Did I accidentally charge her without knowing? Oops. She grabbed the laptop and quickly scrolls through it.
Never mind.
She lets out a breath of relief.
Spent this time.
Oh, this time? She blushes.
If it was already unlocked from before, they don't charge again, obviously. It was just a warning prompt or something.
Wait, so that means Kaori is the one who spent money to play the game? I would have done the same. Don't blame me for dropping money on this. It was actually addicting.
I know,
she grins.
right? It's so much fun.
I'm lying. I'm lying so hard. I want this game to end. She shuts the laptop and stands.
We should get going.
I'm automatically intrigued. I cock my head. Where are we going?
To my favorite spot in town.
Can we please? When does this end? When is it ending? Aren't we going to spend New Year's Eve with your family? Kaori shakes her head.
I thought we might enjoy ringing in the new year together.
Oh yeah, ringing in, huh? She looks down, unusually shy. A grin spreads on my face. I'd like nothing more. Kaori matches my smile. Okay, great. I slip into my jacket and shoes, following her outside. I'm really losing the will to live. Kaori goes into the driver's seat and gets into the seat next to her. Soon we're off. I look around from the car window. It looks like we're in some kind of park. Even so, it's just as bright as the city. The trees are lit up with Christmas lights, and there are some people buzzing and walking about. It takes a while for Kaori to find parking, and when she does, she scrambles out of the car. I follow her, unsure of where we're going. Her pace is a little quicker than normal. I urge myself to keep up, but she's always a few steps ahead of mine. Several minutes go by, I'm really starting to feel the ache in my legs. This land is all flat, but she's going on forever. Are we there yet? Whoa.
No.
How about now? Another 10 minutes go by. Finally she halts to stop, making me crash into her. I stumble backwards, just barely catching my footing.
We're
she turns
here.
around and smiles. I blink and look around. Oh, nice. She's taking me to a more secluded edge of the park. Across from the river is the city. The lights from the buildings shimmer in beaming yellows and crimsons, casting a beautiful reflection across the river. Wow, this is beautiful. She smiles and nods.
I'm glad we finally made it. It'll be the perfect view for the fireworks.
Yeah, nice. This reminds me of the waterfront of Hong Kong. Oh, so that was the surprise?
This was always my favorite spot to watch them.
Aw,
My
I'm
dad
sure it'll be
took us
great.
here when I was really little. We had gone into the town to join the crowd for the fireworks, and I got scared.
Oh, You
They were
scared?
right over my head and so loud.
I don't like fireworks either. I like them from a distance, but not near me. Still
I was
can't
like
picture
4, okay?
it. I was yesterday and I still do that.
Anyway,
I chuckle.
my sisters didn't want to have to miss the fireworks. So my dad took all of us out here. It was so much calmer and quieter. We come here every year. I told them I wanted to show you the fireworks too.
I slip her hand in mine and give it a slight squeeze. For a moment, we fall into a comfortable silence. We can hear the crowd from a distance, animated and cheering for the new year to begin. After a moment, Kaori
I'm
glances
really
at me
glad
again.
you came with me to visit my family for Christmas. It means a lot to me.
Good,
No,
me too.
Really, this year has been one of the best years of my life.
Because of me! She hesitates, struggling for her words, her face steadily
This
flushing
year,
red.
I got to meet you.
Aww. I'm glad I met you too. I smile and nod. I'm glad I met you too, Kaori. I can't imagine being with anyone else. She beams at me before turning away, fiddling with a piece of red hair. Suddenly there's a loud explosion, followed by a burst of gold. We look up at the sky. Fireworks bloom in and out of the darkness. The cheering of the crowd reaches a crescendo. I glance at Kaori, but she's not looking at me anymore. She's looking at the fireworks bursting off into the sky. The colors burst across her face and turns her into a creature of light. There's so much more to Kaori than what everyone else sees. She pushes me hard to do better and keeps me accountable to the team. I remember when she first shared her bento with me. Bento, bento, bento. And how I learned you could still be a good cook even if it's healthy food. I remember the first time I saw her face light up when she was with her daycare kids and how gentle and patient she was with them. And I remember that night we shared in the glass igloo, cuddled beneath the blanket, baring our souls to each other. As I look at her glowing beneath the stars, I feel as if she has never looked more beautiful. My insides start to squirm. The promise ring feels heavy in my pocket. It's now or never. Now. I take a deep breath. Hey, Kaori? She turns to face me. I dig into my pocket and pull out the promise ring. It glints in the light of the fireworks. Kaori's eyes widen. She takes in a sharp breath. My heart pounds in my ears. I didn't prepare anything fancy to say, but suddenly all of my feelings for her come pouring out at once. Things between us have been really great. Ever since you came into my life, you've made things so much brighter and fuller. I'm so glad I get to be with you. With someone I share my positions with. But my passions with and my possessions, apparently. Where's my subconscious going? I'm so glad I get to have you by my side, even though it makes me lose my voice for talking for almost 3 hours. She gives me a curious look, uncertain of what I'm doing. This is a promise ring. I know that we've only been together for a short time, and I know that what I'm doing is crazy, but it's because I'm absolutely head over heels crazy for you, Kaori. Oh, cute. I take her hand in mine and I slip the ring onto her finger. She watches me, stunned, speechless that I knew what size ring that she was wearing. I want you to have this so you know that I'm serious about us. I know we're young and it's too early to think about engagements and all of that stuff. So this is a promise from me to you that I will be the best boyfriend I can possibly be. She doesn't say anything for a moment. Her eyes are wide and teary, completely focused on the ring. Panic spikes my chest. Kaori? Again, she doesn't say anything. Maybe this was a bad idea after all. What was I thinking, just going in full force without even asking how she felt about us? I'm sorry, I didn't even ask if you were okay with this, and I just been acting like my dumb self. That seemed to snap her out of her thoughts. She hits me in the chest, but there's no force behind it, and she lets out a wet laugh. Ew!
Of course I'm okay with it, idiot!
Oh! She laughs again, this time more stunned than happy. A broad grin splits my face. I scoop Kaori into my arms and spin her. My heart feels so light, like I'm walking on air. The fireworks are booming in my ears, so loud it almost feels like I'm underwater. Kaori is smiling up at me, still teary-eyed, with all of those blues and violets exploding behind her. She reaches out and vines her arms around my neck, delicate as ivy. I don't like that saying, vines my arm. That just sounds like one of those plants, you know, in horror films that will choke you. I bend down as she rises onto her toes. I hear the shouts of people far in the distance counting down the seconds. A trail of glitter shoots high in the sky, higher than any of the others, and shower the inky darkness with an explosion of rainbows. The cheers fade into the background as Kaori kisses me, long and sweet. My heart falls. It feels like how stars must, right before they shoot across the sky. When we pull apart, our breath is ragged and breathless. She smiles and kisses the corner of my mouth.
Happy New Year.
I smile back, brushing the hair from her face. Happy New Year. We kiss again as the sky sparkles behind us. This past year has been full of ups and downs. I've faced loss, but I've also gained love. Kaori's strength keeps me grounded. With her guidance and care, I know I can face anything in the future throws at me. But as I stand here with her, our bodies entwined beneath the glittering boom of fireworks, I'm excited and ready to start this new year together with Kaori. So I'm guessing he lost his dad, right? Aww. Finn! Oh, that's the end. Wow. That was long. I mean, it's not that long. I was just hoping it was a little bit shorter. I mean, romantic. Oh my goodness. So that was Kaori After Story. Oh my goodness, that was quite lengthy. I mean, for what I paid less than £2 for that. That was really long because I've played other visual novels that were way shorter than this. And with, well, they had, the ones that were longer had more choices, so I had more choices to make. There weren't that many choices in this. I quite liked some parts of it. Like, I like the commentary on, you know, gender roles, how women are always like, and the same with men, but in this particular instance, that women are always forced to like certain things. You have to like pink, you have to like dresses, you have to like, you know, that kind of thing, and that Kaori breaks free from that and that she just wants to be herself, which is great. You know, that message is very important, not just for women but for all genders. You know, just do what feels good to you and what makes you happy, and not what society's brainwashed you to like and feel and do. I really like that as well, and that she's strong but also gentle. And yeah, it's just, that was really nice, and certain parts of it was really nice. Certain parts were really grating on me. The voice acting wasn't great for most of it. Kaori was good, and I really liked Shu. Shu was like that little injection of humor that I really needed, and I wish there was a little bit more of that in there. It was a bit too much repetitiveness in the house and the scenes as well. I wanted more like background scene changes. They were all very static, which is, it was a shame. But then I like that Kaori was animated, you know, she was speaking and moving, which is really nice. So I liked some of it. Some of it was quite dragging, and it was a little bit too long for me to do in one go, but I thought nobody's gonna watch this in its entirety, or they're not gonna watch it if I do it in 3 parts because it's Christmas related. So there you go, live and learn. I might not do this again. My throat is killing. Anyway, I hope you all had a great Christmas. I hope this was whatever it was for you. You know, it's something to listen to, and I don't know if anybody appreciates this stuff, but it's there, it's out, I've done it, and I have another weird visual novel under my belt. Not as weird as I'd like though, but I will probably keep playing these because, I don't know, every time I regret them, but I also am strangely drawn towards them. Anyway, thank you so much for joining me as always. Happy Christmas, happy holidays again, and I'll see you all very soon. Ooh, that's a different outro. Oh no, but I will see you all very soon. It feels wrong. And I will see you when I see you.